Hey, it's Paulie here on the Late Night Latino episode number 2. We used to do these all the time, but we are now back doing late nights. We're going to move this late night show officially to Monday nights starting next week. Steph, my nerdy home, is going to be our guest next Monday night. And it's just rotating panel of buddies and friends. We don't know who's going to be coming in. Nothing set in stone, so to speak. What aren't set in stone are things that are bugging us, things that are funny to us, and some light to heavy conversations. I think that's probably the late night Latino protocol. You know, other than that, who knows? Who knows who's gonna pop on in? Like, who knew Scribe Light and Fletcher? What's happening, gentlemen?
No,
Call me Scrub, why don't you?
scrub light,
Scrib.
Mhm.
scribbingly light.
What's up,
Scrib.
It kind of
Scrib-
sounds like you scrub. What is it? What is it when you're little? You scrub.
Or you're on an MTV show about somebody's rich house or something. This week on Scribs.
This week on Scribs. What's up, Scribe Light?
Me at this hour. Yeah.
Hey-oh.
It's I'm happy to be here. Yeah, it's been a busy day. I was stunt host for Midnight's Edge in the morning, and then I did a stream in the afternoon where I suddenly changed my race for some reason, and then now I'm here.
Nice.
It's very inviting. Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is funny. This is a good way to start it off, and we'll get to Fletcher's day in a second. But Scribe, what did you do to change your race?
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, there's this AI thing on X, formerly Twitter, called Grok, and in this thing, it's just an AI generation tool of text and things. But you can say in there, draw a picture of XYZ PDQ, and I'd seen, I forget who it was. I saw somebody online. They put in a prompt that says, draw a picture of Joe Schmo, who runs the Joe Schmo account on Twitter, etc. And I was like, okay, hey Grok, draw a picture of Scribelight, who runs the Scribelight account, based on his avatar, is what I said. And then,
what'd you get?
Well, then this happened.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and
Wait
it
a
was
minute.
so
Mackay Pfeiffer happened.
Mackay Pfeiffer. I mean, yeah. Personally, I was hoping for Burkeen Woodbine, but no. This is
You wish.
this is what I got. So now I'm like a Nigerian prince or something.
Right, you were hoping for what's his name, Jaimin Hansu. You got Kevin Hart.
Well, no, I honestly thought that it would give me some kind of weird version of my actual avatar.
Okay,
But for some reason, given the information, I gave it my account name. I said the avatar of my account. Somehow came up with this, and I was like, I accept this. I accept this. Thank you, AI. This will be my new occasional avatar just for fun. So that's me now. So I can use that when I talk about DEI.
stop you. Okay, well, let's just clear a couple things up.
Mhm.
Are you in fact a Caucasian in real life?
I am, in fact, I'm so Caucasian, you can see my memories. I'm that pale. I'm just transparent. Yeah.
Gotcha. And Fletcher, you look more like this avatar than anything, no?
Yeah. This is like a winter avatar. Like if I didn't go out at all, it was like one of those things where I played with it. But it's kind of like what do you call it when you don't go outside for too long? Because as soon as I go outside, I start to tan. So
Did you come from a family, because you're Afro Latino, did you come from a family where you're like, cover up, mijo? Don't stay
no,
out? No?
no. We didn't. Although we did have. Uh, so my family in Brazil had like Japanese and Chinese neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the whole like don't wear your shoes in the house. and yeah, they were more like the ones, don't go outside, don't, because they want to keep the really white skin. My family in Brazil really can't help it. uh,
That's really difficult, man, to do that.
it's kind of like, yeah, you're just, I mean, even if you don't go outside at all,
Yeah.
you're dark already. So yeah, on my side, on the Argentinian side, yeah, they're a little bit more pale and stuff like that. But yeah, and they still don't do the whole don't go outside, because it's snow and it's always translucent, so can't help it.
Talking about skin color as our first topic there, everybody.
Yeah,
Hey, might as well. Really spicy stuff over here.
that's
Yeah,
how it's
yeah,
spicy
yeah.
text.
We got well, and apparently I'm not even a Latino to a lot of people in Latin America, because
Mm.
I'm siding with Selena Gomez in that whole Selena Gomez kerfuffle.
So what exactly? So I've only peripherally heard about this. What exactly is the point of contention?
Oh God, you take a swing at it, Fletcher. Go ahead, you take a swing at it.
Okay, so basically, Selena Gomez performed in a movie that only Paulie and Romy saw, uh, and it's one of these art house kind of movies done by a French director. And she had a part where she basically speaks in Spanish. Her Spanish is not the best in the world, and she was kind of told to not only use Spanish, but kind of colloquial Mexican Spanish, which has a lot of different kind of tonnage to it that needs to be done for it to be understood. And people in Mexico, basically one rich snobby guy, went on an insult tirade saying she was so horrible. I couldn't believe what I heard. And a lot of
Mm.
people were jumping on that bandwagon. And, she came back with a very classy reply, like, I'm sorry, I did the best with what I had. I mean, it was one of those shotgun productions. It wasn't like she had a ton of time to prepare for the role and get a vocal coach and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
It was done very, like, cheap budget. All the people kind of come together, and kind of like shotgun type of movie. And she did have a singing role in it, and it was, if you hear it, it is somewhat unfortunate. Um, and
It's just not a good performance.
yeah, it's not a good performance.
It's
So
But you got nominated for a Golden
yeah, but she
Globe.
got a nominated for a Golden Globe, so
Oh, geez.
can't be that bad. So
Well,
Yeah.
there's a whole agenda behind this film, right? There's a lot of problems with the movie, but my gripe was that the rich gentleman that um, Fletcher's talking about is the nepo baby actor Eugenio Derbez from Mexico. And, this guy hasn't had any real adversity, in his whole life.
Hmm.
Everything's been spoon fed to this guy. He's a funny looking dude. Think of Latin America Jim Carrey. Like he wants to be taken seriously. Um,
Hmm.
so he goes on this podcast and just really punches down on Selena's performance. It's like, you know what? We have so many rare opportunities in Hollywood. Shut the fuck up and
Well, does
support
he see?
the lady. Go ahead.
Does he see her as like a poser or something because she's not really Mexican? Is that basically it?
Well, honestly, that's probably how he feels. He didn't say
Hmm.
that. That would have been that, but what he did said opened
Hmm.
up that whole can of worms, and
Okay.
that's who's going at each other.
Like I have a friend, my best friend in Mexico City, and we watch TV shows with each other when we're bored and stuff. And oftentimes
Mhm.
we'll watch things specifically because they're Spanish or Latino or something,
Mhm.
or in a show that just where you have a character that's speaking Spanish. And I'll often ask her, I say, "Is that so? How's their Spanish?" Because it's all I like. My ear can't tell the
We
difference
talked about this.
between.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and so
Mhm.
it's we call when I ask her, is that Espanol or La Espanol for Los Angeles Espanol, and she'll be like La Espanol because
Right.
there's obviously a difference that she can tell that I can't. And but I just think of like any when you tell this story, I think of any other performance I can think of where someone came in to do an accent and they just bombed on it. Like I think of Leonardo DiCaprio trying to maintain a quasi-Irish accent in Gangs of New York.
Correct.
Or a million other examples where somebody gave it their best shot and it kind of falters here and there. Like big deal. You can make fun of it in sort of a jokey way, but you don't insult the person.
Or all the British actors playing Romans, and they're doing different accents. It's
exactly Sean Connery playing a Spaniard in Highlander. I mean, it happens. It's just one of those things.
But see, it's so rare for a U.S. Latino actor to go to Latin America, and that's why it was so pronounced. Her, her performance and her acting, it was like, God bless her, but it just,
is the controversy like, oh, you should have hired an actual like Mexican actress, and therefore you only got her for her name recognition or something, and maybe he's doing like a reverse Nepo baby kind of thing, like she's only there because of her name and not because of her ability.
What do you think, Fletcher?
I think they were trying to go for a certain kind of look and feel to the movie. So they wanted really like big time stars doing something that may not be their usual take. And a lot has to do with how they look and stuff like that, because it's the guy's French and he really wanted this music kind of take on it, because a lot of the movie sung. They have like this interlude and stuff like that. So yeah. So
it's a rough movie to get through, bro. It was it's just a bad film, in my opinion, right?
Right, yeah.
But go on, Fletch. And really fast, combined 59 people watching us right now, all you early comers. We're on YouTube, we're on X, and we are on Rumble. Yeah, we got a Rumble.
Oh my God.
We have a Rumble channel. So there's a couple of people out there. If you are on those and not on YouTube, then you don't get to enjoy participating in the poll. We have a poll going on right now. Fletcher, tell everyone what the poll is all about for the late night Latino.
So we got a poll going on right now. We have 13 votes so far. Will Selena Gomez win any awards? Number one is yes, Queen slaying everything. Two, no, all drama, pura lana.
What does that mean for people that don't know? Pura lana.
Pura lana means all the money, so all the drama, all the money. Maybe anything for Selena. You know that anything for Selena,
which is a different Selena, but yeah,
that was the joke. So, and four, we got Selena's at home, who is currently tied.
Tied. Okay.
Yeah, currently tied. So
vote now. Vote often. Yeah, we say that.
And in Arizona, you get 2 votes.
Why don't we get to a little article? We can always come back to this. Do you want to say anything right now about it, Fletch?
Oh, but yeah, I guess the whole thing kind of was, I think part of the problem was not just her Spanish, because she has done some Spanish songs and she sounds great.
Yes.
I think the problem is they were making her speak like this kind of Chilango, Sinaloense kind of thing, which is a very regional speech. Yeah. And I think that's where the problem, they wanted to say words that are very colloquial to certain Mexican regions. And so it's not even like, it's not like regular Spanish. I mean, she can handle regular Spanish. So that was, I think, kind of like the pitfall that, she fell into.
Okay, all right. So we got some comments. Let's go to these comments, and we're gonna get to you, Sunny Dominguez. Trust and believe, because we don't, we're unlike other channels. We like to hear all these other voices. How did you like that? Justin Channels. I just noticed Paulie lost his incredible mustachio. Yeah, man.
He misplaced it, guys. It just, like I said, car keys. Yeah,
the bigote met the razor, and we're gonna keep it clean for a little while. I'm 54, and I want to look a little younger for a little while. So, got a decent hair. That's all good. It's all good. It'll come back. The thing is that it's coming in gray, so I was like, man, it's too much. It's too much. Dave T. I always mess this one up.
Dave Get.
Dave
David
Gitt.
David Git.
Do you consider Emile Perez a musical? I mean, it
Yeah,
it pretty much is. Yeah,
pretty much is. Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much
It's a
is.
song, and the rest of it is almost like a weird poetry slam.
Well, a musical is where the what is sung is also uh what the character is feeling and saying. Like, it's you're not just singing a song that's taken out that takes you out of the action of the story. It's an extension. There you go. It's an extension of the story. So it is a musical. Okay, Sonny Dominguez is here. Thank you, Sonny Dominguez. This is a bit annoying of this talk. You and Fletcher are distorting narrative regarding what he said. Okay.
Okay.
So um I'm not saying what he said was wrong. Sonny, I actually agree with him.
Mm,
I I actually agree with him. Because I had a lot of problems with this film, Sonny. I just don't think he should have given his opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that is going to be my gripe for the night. And we're going to come back to that. Why I feel that he should not have said anything, Sonny. But I really appreciate you being here. Make sure you are subscribed. I like that, Sonny. Hmm.
nice.
Fletch, any thoughts before we move on?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we misconstrued anything he said. I mean, I didn't really mention. I just he said that she was awful, and the way that he said
Hmm.
it as a person that was grown in the industry and mostly like as we say, he's a veteran and he's talking about a rookie coming in and making a bad ball. You don't say it's the most horrible thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hmm.
On like a podcast, you would say it was rather unfortunate.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
that's what I would have done, if I felt that way, or not said anything at all. How about that? I mean, you have nothing else interesting to say but to gang on the poor girl.
Yeah, yeah. And I will say this, Sonny. Gabi Mesa, the it's her show. She was a huge. She has a huge podcast scribe in
Hmm.
Spanish. You know, she egged him on. She totally egged him on.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even, and he fell for it. He fell for it. You know. Okay, I think that's good for now. Because I'm gonna come back when we talk about what's really bothering us tonight, and I'm gonna come back to that. But I think Selena Gomez is going to excel in her English work. Obviously, she doesn't speak
Yeah.
Spanish. She didn't grow up speaking Spanish. I'm just like her. Like my mom just stopped talking to me in Spanish, and you can lose it in a generation. But she's really good in Only Bit Murders in the Building. I think she's going to do good in this Linda Ronstadt biopic that's going to be filming soon. I think that is going to be a great challenge for her as an actor. Okay, let's get to a little story. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So, Chris Rock storms out of the middle of a comedy set. It's a private comedy set that he did
Hmm.
for a billionaire
Hmm.
because
What?
yeah, someone caught him doing a set, and apparently they were not supposed to record. All right, so here we go.
Oh.
Oh.
Chris Rock stormed out of in the middle of his comedy set at a billionaire Anthony Pratt's Christmas party. The 59-year-old comedian did a surprise set at Pratt's holiday party over the weekend, according to the Post. However, his set was cut off short just after he joked, "Our new..." Oh wait, do I got to do it like Chris Rock?
Yeah, you got to
Oh
do it
no.
like Christopher.
"Our new push will be out of space.
Canceled.
We'll put all the Mexicans on rockets. I said it." The Post Cindy Adams, who attended the soiree, said Rock saw something in the audience did not that upset him. Okay.
What?
He shouted he wasn't supposed to be taped, videoed, reported, or whatever else he wasn't supposed to happen. Rock then barreled quickly, forcefully through people to the exit doors without explaining why. Without a
Mm.
second's hesitation, he stormed out, never returned. Adams described the incident. Page 6 has reached out to Rock's reps, but did not immediately hear back.
So wait a
Scribe.
second. He did a surprise set, and the people there didn't know they had rules they had to abide by. I must have missed something. Like, you can't record me.
I think it was part of the deal that he had with Pratt because
Well,
it's a private party.
Sure, but somebody should have told. I mean, if they were, if they held everybody's cell phones at the front door or something as a general rule for a private party, then great. But I don't know what you do then, except like ask that person to put their camera away, delete the video or something. Just storming out seems a bit unprofessional to me. I don't know. I probably would have had a spotter. If it was so sensitive a subject to them, somebody on my staff, I'd be having a spotter to watch the crowd to see if anybody's trying to bootleg it or something else, and then say something. But whatever. Seems a little weird. Little weird.
Yeah.
Fletch?
No, and it seems a little bit. It's almost I say kind of like uncouth or something like that. It's just kind of very. You're just doing a bit. You know what I mean? And it's at a party. There's people there that it's just regular folks and all stuff. You can imagine an auntie or something like that. It's not like it's kind of like where you see these celebrities, go travel to like Saudi Arabia or India, and Nicki Minaj, they're paying her like $10 million just to do a few songs and all that kind of stuff, and you expect somebody not really record it. It's like somebody's going to record it. You should pay attention that in this world and age, anytime you're in public, you should assume that you're being recorded. This seems kind of not tech savvy, or maybe he felt the jock bomb and now he's upset. So
the other thing too is that this is Chris Rock. It's not like he's losing out on some money if somebody decides to monetize a bootleg clip. And B, what does he have to be paranoid about in being caught saying at this point in his career? I mean, have you watched any of his sets over the last 30 years? Come on.
Right. My thing is that, okay, was he embarrassed because he told a Mexican joke and it didn't land, or and he doesn't want to get canceled, or he just doesn't want he's still working out material, so he doesn't want to be recorded.
I guess I could see that. All the same, it just seems like there was a breakdown in communication somewhere, and they should have been prepared for like I say, he's been doing this a long time. This can't be the first private party he's done or otherwise, or had that same rule in place. So why they didn't already have some kind of fail safe for that seems bizarre to me. But whatever,
correct,
is what it is.
Yeah, you could probably see somebody having like a waiver or something like that. But if it's a non-proof like party, hey, I just gave you, $10,000 or something like that, come and just say a couple of things. You can see that happening, but it's still, I mean, if you're trying out new bit material, that's literally the bread and butter of comedians, is to go in different. Wasn't that how Chappelle got so famous? Is because he used to go to all kinds of clubs just in the middle of the night and just do a set just to work on some skits. I mean,
yeah, but would you use a private party to workshop your new material? You do that in the clubs.
Well, yeah, you're Chris Rock, though. Yeah, I'm going to take this guy's money and do a new set.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't know. Without knowing what he has to say about it, just seems kind of wacky.
I got to work.
You got to really work. You got to do that. You got to do that impression more often.
Really I got to work on it. I got to work on it. Yeah.
Don't let Eugenio Derbez listen to it.
Oh yeah, no.
Look at that. It's gonna be like, no me gustó su acento de Chris Rock. It was no good. It was
no me gustó.
No me gustó.
Oh, lo que sea. Que sea.
No fue mucho africano americano.
We're doing insider
jokes.
Inside jokes, Scribe too.
Oh, I get it. I know they're inside because I don't know what you're saying.
So Chris Rock, what about this joke? Mexicans on rockets.
Yeah, what was the joke again?
So the joke was he was trying to polish his new set, right? And his set was cut short after he said, Our new push will be outer space. we'll put all the Mexicans on the rockets.
Okay.
That even that's a joke he's workshopping. That sounds pretty weak for Chris Rock.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's missing something. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like, yeah, so why the Mexicans in the rocket? Maybe I'm just kind of dense about it, or it's that late at night. But I'm like, I will put all the Mexicans in rockets. He's trying to say that Elon is racist, so he wants to put Mexicans into rocket to send them to space. Is that what it is? That's the only thing that I can think of. Because they're going on this whole thing that Elon is racist and all stuff. He has this ex in Texas. So
I know what it should have been. I know what it should have been. It should have been something like, so Elon Musk is getting along with Trump and he's setting up his new.
Wait! You have to change your avatar.
Yes,
please.
Yeah, hold on.
Let's not get it twisted.
Spotlight.
Pardon me. One moment.
Come on now.
Scribe lights now become homie lights.
I apologize. Oh man, I'm gonna get canceled for this.
Well,
that's it. That's already.
We're not even real Latino, so don't worry about it.
All right. So here we go.
There you go.
All right. So this is so bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it, brother.
Elon Musk has gotten really close to Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's taking him in to help him with his space program, right? Okay, and you see, the thing is that Donald Trump's also got to work on immigration. And so he said, Elon, I need you to help me with this immigration issue. And Elon's like, I got an idea, Trump. I'm going to rebrand my whole company. We're going to put Mexicans on rockets. I'll call it Space Mex.
That is probably funnier than anything that Chris Rock said that night.
That's all I got.
Hold on. Good, really good job. Really good job.
All right.
Wait, can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear that? I gotta make sure my.
I heard it. I don't know if the audience heard it, but that's okay. If they didn't hear my joke, that's also fine.
A little loud.
Okay.
Why can't I hear my own? There's certain things I can't hear.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Like my own sound effects.
You can't hear your own sound effects? That's a good thing. Well, now it's the clapping of the hands.
I can't hear it.
No.
We have to end the show.
If we can't do the clapping of hands.
Right.
Watching that performance, what else can we
wait. Let's do this. Let's do this real quickly before we get to your comments. That's the Chris Rock mamadas. There you go. What do we got here? We have a membership goal for tonight. Woo-hoo. Membership goal. Go now and gift, earn, or buy a membership at a little $2.99 a month. Tonight's goal, 5 new members. That's what we're looking for. 5 new members out of that 71 that are hanging out with us. Get on over to our YouTube channel, become a member now, or gift memberships now. We'll give you a shout out. We'll play some funny videos, but we got to get at least 5 tonight. At least 5 tonight, Fletcher, right?
5. Hit that if you see the link if you're on YouTube. You can hit that, or you can also hit right on the corner and become a member right there. There's a little gifty thing.
Exactly.
So, look it up.
All right, let's get to some comments. Jen says, "Sup, my boys?
Sup, Jen?
Sup, Jen?" Solomon is here, and he says, "The only thing I like of Chris Rock is head of state, and everybody hates Chris."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's got a ton of stuff,
No, New Jack City. New Jack City, man.
Oh man, that was
Yeah, I think that was his first movie. I think it was.
Yeah, but Chris Rock's show was peak. I mean, how not to get arrested? That's still funny.
God, I forgot he had his own comedy show.
Yeah, his own comedy show was amazing.
Wow.
Chris Rock's show was the bomb. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Hey, that's not me. That's Solomon there, man.
Yeah, Solomon, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're supposed to represent.
Right. Right. Don't you know what representing is all
No,
about?
it's what percent is all about.
I mean,
It's how much Chris Rock have you watched?
the thing is, Scribe Light is like, our honky representation, but
Yeah,
he comes on as a
everybody knows.
black man onto a Latino show. I mean,
Yeah,
I am the walking epitome of diversity. What can I tell you? I cover
good.
broad spectrum. Broad spectrum.
well, here you're actually, we actually welcome white people. So
Yeah,
it's
and
nice.
Oh well, I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate
good to get our credit rating up too. So
that. Yeah, exactly.
It
Your
helped.
your ESG
yeah,
score just went up through the roof.
yeah, that's it. Let's do it, man.
Nice. Nice. That's funny, man. That's funny. Okay. We had some other comments. Chris Rock was in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. He was in a lot
Yeah,
of good stuff
Oh
in the
yeah.
90s, man. He was in a lot of good stuff in the 90s. You know.
yeah.
There was a run, I think like 10 years ago, where his comedy specials were like events.
Hmm.
The HBO ones. It's like I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
see the
yeah.
next one.
He did a documentary I really like called Good Hair,
Oh
Mm.
yeah,
which
that
was
was a
really
great
interesting.
documentary.
There was a whole aspect of things that I had no
Yeah,
idea about, and it was really informative.
yeah. Well, he was just he was a producer in that, I think, right?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
well he was the
Totally.
narrator too, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I,
So, I know there's all this crazy talk, and every day there seems to be a new race swap iteration going on, announcement and everything. But here's one that I just saw a couple, like maybe an hour or so ago, Fletcher, and I
mm,
sent it to you. This artist did a rendering of Scream actress Melissa Barrera. I mean, let's make ourselves small. There we go.
Ooh, Wonder
As
Woman.
as Wonder Woman.
Well, she looks
mm.
like evil Wonder Woman or like Cobra Wonder Woman or something.
Yeah.
Like if the Baroness was Wonder Woman or something. That's interesting.
Well, this is a rendering by Felipe Ia,
Okay.
and again, I just saw this, and I really liked it because I think Melissa could totally slip into it. Concept of Melissa Barrera, he says, as absolute Wonder Woman, that I was making a
Hmm.
video for my channel. I ended up losing the recorded material, but at least the final piece remained. So absolute Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's this new DC series where they have like absolute Batman, absolute Superman, where they're like
Mm.
dark and gritty or some other like weird take. Like
yeah,
the Batman design for that one, it looks like he has a ice scraper thing on his chest instead of a.
yeah.
I don't quite understand it, but then I don't read DC comics anymore. So
It's almost like a Conan, dark Conan DC set in the future.
Okay.
Because everything's supposed to be like dark and broody, and they have like exaggerated logos, and they're
Mm.
not selling any comics.
Yeah,
But
it's like Zack Snyder, the comic book. It sounds like.
yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
But
that's what
yeah,
this is?
well, the line is called Absolute. So that's the darker kind of DC line. So that's why the uniform is the black and red instead of her usual blue, red, and yellow.
See, they did this already with, at least the animated version they did called Gods and Monsters, where they
Right.
reimagined
Mm.
the heroes as villains, but not like, oh, Superman became a bad guy. It was like Zod's son came to Earth and not Kal-El, and the Man Bat became Batman. Like he had all these replacements of villains that became heroes. That was a way more interesting setup, and I think Benjamin Bratt was the voice of Zod or Superman, who was Zod's son.
Right.
I remember from the cartoon. But yeah, so dark Wonder Woman, dark, but like
Yeah.
Okay.
this is silly. It's just silly.
Yeah.
What do you think of this rendering?
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, yeah. If this is and granted, this is hand drawn because these days I always have to be like, is this AI or something? But no, yeah, it's great. It's a great imagining. I mean, I like the look of the character, even if I think the concept behind the comic series is kind of meh. But I also wonder, like, they missed a perfect opportunity to have a product tie-in with the vodka brand.
Ah,
Well, they
nice.
probably were trying to avoid that,
Yeah, well, too bad.
but It'd be nice also, but it's a little kind of thick for Melissa. She's a little bit on the thinner side.
She's
So you have to bulk up a little bit. Yeah.
well,
Mhm.
the camera has a way of doing that, and I'm gonna bring a photo. I'll bring a brighter photo up of her right now. But you know,
Hey.
Chelsea
That is a brighter phone.
Rendon, Chelsea Rendon, who's a friend of the channel, has worked with her a lot. They're good friends, and she was saying like, she's a twig, you know,
Yeah.
she is a twig. Um, but
Mm.
this is her. She is, just a rail,
Mhm.
but she can look muscular. They're training Camila Mendes. She got cast as Tila, so they did her hair red,
Mm.
and and she's very petite as well, but she's filling out like
She,
Yeah, I mean, this whole
they're
yeah, she can
sculpting
bulk
her.
out.
They're
Yeah,
sculpting
they
her.
yeah, they gotta put them all through, like, muscle school and
Mhm.
everything, and they just need to make sure they look as ripped as they can for, like, the 10 minutes they need to get them on camera for a scene.
Right there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
all movie magic or something, so it's like, "Okay, today, your shirt's gonna be off or your arm's gonna be out," and so it's like,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna tie you down and get all the water weight off of you for the 10 minutes we need you on film, like, "Okay." So yeah,
damn.
it's all illusion. Most of it's illusion, except unless you're Aaron Taylor Johnson for Craven, and then you've got like abs that are you know
Oh,
carved from stone. Like,
I got a
jeez,
Craven story for you.
Wes Craven. I love a Wes Craven story.
No, I
Right.
wish it was as fun as
No,
that. No, no,
oh, okay,
that's not, man.
Wah, wah, wah.
yeah. The Craven story is doing worse than Madam Web. That's the Craven story.
Yeah.
Man, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I see. I would have thought that I always kind of like Craven as a bit. I was talking about this on Midnight's Edge. The
Hmm.
Sony villain verse thing was the absolute opposite way to handle those things. Villains are supporting characters. You have to the right way to do it is what they did with Batman and the Penguin. They had the movie, and then they had the Penguin spinoff, and by the end of it, the Penguin is still a villain. He's not a good guy. He might be the protagonist of the story, but he remains a bad guy. You can't have these
Well,
sympathetic
and he's
hero
actually
villain
worse.
things. Exactly. No,
He
you
actually,
you hate him. You hate him even more at the end of it. Yeah.
you hate him even more because of what he did.
Yes, exactly, and that's
Which,
why when you have these Venom movies and Morbius and everything, it's like, oh,
uh
he's the sympathetic bad guy, or he's the anti-hero. No, no, no. They have to remain villains. Some villains do have an anti-hero arc, depending,
hmm
but it only works if they first premiere as an adversary to the hero. If you try to do it backwards, then everybody ends up being this sort of Punisher-esque kind of sympathetic guy that's being fought by Spider-Man. Spider-Man, stop beating up on Craven. He only kills bad people. Spider-Man, why are you being? You can't do it that way. But anyway, it's all over with. This is the last of the Sony Spider-Man movies. So
Yep. We got one more. Oh, two more.
what?
We
Two
got
more?
into the Spider-Verse and we got Spider-Man 4. That's
Oh no,
literally
no.
a
I'm
Spider
talking
movie.
about the Sony villain
the Sony
Spider-Man series.
villains.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Spider-Man movies writ large by Marvel and the animated
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that's still going on, but yeah, Sony can't do any more Cravens or Morbiuses or whatever.
Right. I think they know this. They're actually saying, like, there was like a end credits where they're saying goodbye to all their Sony villains.
Sure.
So then they, at the end of Craven, they're playing end credits, and was this that song?
Oh no, I
Ugh.
have to go see it tomorrow. I'm gonna try to go see it tomorrow.
Another one bites the dust.
No, no, it's
Oh.
another.
Green Day.
Yeah,
I hope you
Oh
had the
no.
time of your
time of your
life. Yeah.
life, and
Yeah.
it's a montage of B-roll from all like
Oh God.
Morbius, Madam
Oh
Web,
my gosh.
whatever, dude.
That's cheese, man. That
Yeah.
is grade A American cheese.
Hey, hey, hey! You know what's not cheese is being a member of the channel, and we have a goal tonight. We need 5 new members, Fletcher. 5 new members. Gift them as little as $2.99. Become one. What do you get? Merchandise discounts for the month of December is 50% off. 50%
50.
off. 50, and also to movie nights. and exclusive videos just for you guys. We do exclusive movie reviews just for you guys. So membership goal tonight, 5. Do it now. Do
Do it.
it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, so cheese for sure. All right. Someone said something here. Sonny came back and he said Absolute is an elsewhere universe. In this one, Batman is poor and Wonder Woman was raised in hell.
Yeah, that is some edgy teen emo stuff right there. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Batman is poor.
Batman is poor.
Then Batman can't exist.
Then Batman's not a fascist.
Yeah, where's he get his gadgets? How does he do anything? It's like, what does he fight people with? Like he has like a garbage can lids for batarangs.
We have some breaking news.
Uh-oh.
On our Rumble page, our first ever super chats on Rumble.
Hey!
Wow. How do I show this?
I have no clue. It's a Rumble rant.
I have no clue either. But
take a screenshot, I guess, for the time being.
Screenshot. Okay, all right. So give me a second, and why don't you guys filler? Because this is a momentous occasion for us.
Okay. Fletcher, what's your favorite color?
My favorite color is green. Yes.
It's not easy being green. Oh, Miss Piggy, I'm green. Oh no.
Very much so. Well,
my favorite color is cobalt blue.
Ooh, that's
very rich blue, cobalt blue.
Sadly, I don't have a song for that, but
you can't do I'm blue dabba dee dabba da dabba dee dabba.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no.
Guys, stop singing songs. We're gonna get.
Oh no! Hey, you know what? If we get copyright claim for one of my renditions, I'm going to take that as a compliment. It's like, wow, YouTube thought I was legit, man.
Well, I do have a new bumper, a holiday bumper. Ooh. So we are going to play that, and then when we come on back, we'll read our first ever super chats on Rumble. Momentous occasion. Rumble. Yeah, and also too, I'm looking for 5 memberships on this channel on YouTube. But we have a video for you guys. So give me a second here. And we're gonna play it just for you guys. If I can, there it is. Yeah, here it is. All right, here we go. We'll be right back. All right, there you go. How was that?
See, I thought you're gonna put your face on Santa or something to have it go.
Yeah,
that takes a lot of work.
Oh, does it? Okay.
That takes a lot of work, man. That takes a lot of work. But hey, we're working on our production skills here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Rod Thunderheart's hanging out with us. Don't make sure you check out his book, See Through Love. I have it here. Where is it? I think I put it away. Oh, there it is. And
my gosh! And the whole house
saw
fell
through
down.
that.
Well, the thing is that my little studio is so precarious, man. So one little thing, like just what happened, and
it was a bit. Is your whole setup built on popsicle sticks and bubble gum or something?
I mean, it really is, and I'm not. It's a small space. In this half a room is the other half is my laundry room. I'm looking right at my laundry room. Yeah. So hey, Latino Slant Studios production here. Yeah. Rod Thunderheart, let's grab his See Through Love link to his book, Fletcher, and put it in the chat. Okay. I'm so happy you're here, Rod, and it's good to see you. Another gentleman I'm happy to have come on and hang out with us, Late Night Latino. Hey, Latino. a Latino. Oh my God, I don't believe it.
Hey,
Luis, big. Are you still the big burrito? What's going on?
the chief of all burritos or Big Chief Burrito. You know, I'm honorary Mexican, so I'm allowed to use the moniker.
Well, listen, man. You're a Mets fan. You're from Queens. What are you, Ecuadorian?
Colombian
Oh,
Uruguayan,
oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Colombo Uruguayo.
The
it's
disgust.
it's great to have you here, man. We're here with Scribelight, with Fletcher. Say hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Okay, so good to have you here. Check out his channel, Mi Gente podcast, and he does a whole bunch of great stuff. You were just talking about the Selena Derbez kerfuffle we were hitting on. So here's what I would love for you to think about as we're hitting these other topics. What is really hot and bothering you today? Don't have to answer right now. Everyone's got their own little thing. That's going to be our final segment. But that would be great. Okay, so it's great to have you here. I want to share our first ever Rumble. Yeah, super chats.
Rumble Rant.
Rumble. Oh, is that what they're called? Rumble rants.
I believe they're called Rumble Rants.
Well, we want to thank Occupant 42. He's over there in Rumble right now, holding it down. We have three people watching us on Rumble right now, which is awesome. And he sent us $10. He gave a heart,
Nice.
and then he this was a while back. So he said in regards to the Chris Rock, him running out of the private show, he says maybe he saw Will Smith in the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Chudun.
Did you hear about that Chris Rock incident, Luis?
Yeah, he stormed off, right? He did that.
He stormed off.
Yeah.
And we didn't know whether it's because of because his lame ass joke didn't land or because he was being recorded. You know.
Maybe he thought he was being deported.
Ho,
Oh.
ho. Well, he said Mexicans on rockets. I mean, he needs to work on that joke. He definitely needs to work on
Yeah.
that joke.
Because that sounds badass. It's like Mexican rocket. Let's go. Sounds like a good Tejano rock band or something.
Occupant 42 is now a monthly supporter. I don't know what that means, but I think it sounds amazing on Rumble. So
maybe he became like a subscriber, like a paid membership in Rumble.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so
down.
much, Occupant. His favorite color is clear. There you go. You had people listening, Scribe. Okay. Luis is director. He's done films and stuff. He's done stuff. You done stuff. Where are you with quote unquote race swapping?
So my thoughts on this sort of comes back to the origins of acting. So if you go back far enough in terms of like Shakespearean acting, all this other stuff, what were the only people that were allowed to act? It was a place of privilege, right? It was white dudes who played women. They played all the roles, right? Original Shakespeare.
Okay.
In the early years of Hollywood and TV, you had a lot of whitewashing of Native Americans. You had people with shoe polish playing black people, right? So there's a theory that the reason that people are more sensitive now about people of the correct race or ethnicity playing the parts that are written for them is an overcorrection to the fact that overwhelmingly Hollywood and films have whitewashed parts for better part of 100 years. And I think that you could race switch, gender switch roles for 30 years and you still wouldn't even out what's been happening in Hollywood with movies. In my opinion, as a filmmaker, as long as you're clear and you feel clean about the casting process, i.e., I write a part for somebody that's LGBTQ or I write a part for somebody that is black or specific ethnicity,
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
at least open myself up to the possibility of casting somebody with those experiences. At the end of the day, it's my artistic choice if I want to have somebody of a different race, gender, ethnicity, Cuban playing a Mexican, Mexican playing a Chilean, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm,
As
mm-hmm.
long as I feel clean about the process as a filmmaker, I have no problem with it.
So it's
But
all on you as the director.
yeah,
It's your vision. You ride or die with what you do. Okay. All
as a
right.
filmmaker, you have to feel clean. That's how I go about it. Now, doing it for the lulls or for traffic or because you want to play like the gender identity politics type thing,
Mm-hmm.
as a woke sort of situation, I'm against that. But I also feel that people get a little bit too heated about it, and it's not a big a deal if right now the industry is kind of making an overcorrection based on what's been going on historically.
Well, that's that. You know what? Let's put a pause there because that is a great segue, guys. This just announced the entire cast of uh, of Black Hogwarts has been announced. Pretty exciting stuff here, guys. As far as just how inventive Hollywood has gotten, how creative they've gotten in their casting. Let's go through this. Harry Potter is no longer Daniel Radcliffe. It's going to be Glover.
Carlos
Uh,
Gambino.
Dumbledore is Freeman. I'd actually kind of like that. Snape is Denzel.
Can't go wrong with Denzel.
Okay.
Hermione is what's her name? Kravitz.
Zoe.
Oh,
Zoe?
Zoe. Yeah.
Okay, all right. But she's half
So
white, so it's not really a race swap. It's like half a swap. Oh shit. Oh man. Uh, God, what's this guy's? Not McGonagall. Hagworth. Help me out here, guys.
Hagrid.
Hagrid is now Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Harry, I said, get on the damn broom. We got to go. That's pretty good. I'm working on my black.
That was
I
pretty
got.
good. Huh?
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
got.
go black scent.
Well, I did Chris Rock earlier, so we're already canceled for the night, which is great. Now,
Yeah.
doing the Sam Jackson there, Luis. What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
Nice.
I don't know who is
Does
playing.
Harry Potter look like a bitch?
Does Harry Potter look like a bitch?
That was more Chris Rock right there.
Oh well,
Mm.
you know what?
Close enough.
Yeah,
Well,
you gotta
don't
get
kill my
Scribe
vibe,
Light to
dude.
teach you how to be black.
You know what, Scribe? Scribe,
Yeah.
let me just say this. Bitch,
Yeah.
don't kill my vibe. All right?
Oh, pardon me. I didn't mean to step on your high. Sorry.
And I'm just playing. I don't know who is this guy here, Fletcher, that they want to be Draco.
Oh, that's Michael B. Jordan.
Mm,
Oh, is it? I can't
what?
see it so little.
Where?
All right,
Yeah.
all right. And
Oh yeah, that is Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. And then who do we got for the redhead?
That guy I don't recognize.
I
off the top
can
of my
see
head.
it. I don't know.
Who are we talking about
Yeah.
for the?
See the top right of the photo I put
For
up?
Weasley, the Weasley guy or
Weasley.
something.
Who is that actor?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's kind of blurry.
No one
But the funny
knows.
thing is that there is black people that are redheads. So you're even erasing
Oh.
the redheads of the black people. So that's messed up.
Occupant 42 in Rumble says Harry Portier.
Hi, there you go. There you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh my lord, we're having fun. And then everyone's favorite weird looking actor, Forrest Whitaker, is gonna be playing
The Last King of Hogwarts.
yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, he doesn't need an eye patch to have the lazy eye.
He won't need an eye patch.
Yeah.
Wow, he already comes at a discount.
Yeah.
And then
So-
finally, for the guy that will not be named, played by an actor whose name you can never remember. Ho, hi-oh, 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 hi-oh. There you go. Have fun there, guys. What do you guys think of this casting here? Let's go to Scribe Light. Casting.
Are we being serious about this or not?
Come on, man. late night. We're having some laughs.
Let's see. Everybody's
Jesus.
too old for their parts. Everybody's too old for their parts. I'm going to be ageist.
No.
Everybody's too old. Everybody's too old. And Sam Jackson is too thin to play Hagrid. Don Cheadle. I try to imagine Don Cheadle without that nose, and that's a horror story in and of itself.
I just can't believe you asked me if we're being serious.
No. Wait. See, the thing was, is
After
like
this whole
when you
fucking
pulled this.
segment we've been doing, bozo.
No, when you pulled this up for a second, I thought, is this actually what? Because I know they're doing. I know they're race swapping Snape. I already saw that they're hiring some guy to play Snape.
Hey,
and so for a second, I was like,
Zax, I sent you a link a while back. So
Steve Harvey can play all of them.
stop on in here. Go
Scribe
ahead.
Light is this. If it's a Netflix adaptation, is what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I see. I could believe all of this. If somebody put this in front of me, I didn't already know. I'd be like, I mean, this must be Hogwarts in the future because everybody here is way too old to play these parts. But sure, why not? I could believe it. Especially, like I say, if it's Netflix with their strong black lead initiative that they've been running for the last several years, I wouldn't be sure. I wouldn't be 100% sure it wasn't serious. Let's put it that way.
Listen, as Scorsese proved with his Irishman, the technology is there for de-aging, and if there was nothing more believable than Robert De Niro kicking somebody pretending to be 25 years old when he was.
Oh man,
Oh,
that was
my
so
God.
bad. That was so bad. Have you seen some of the stuff? Like people on the internet have taken those same scenes and done a better de-aging job with their home computers than Netflix and all that budget of it has been able to do. You see that all the time. It's really sad.
That movie put me to sleep, Luis.
Yeah, it was a drag. I mean, there's some good scenes and some good performances. I mean, you get Pesci and De Niro in the right spot. You can't really go wrong. But like the whole movie was just kind of like, oh. And honestly, Al Pacino, I'm sorry, he just did not fit that part. He did not fit the part.
And it was right there for him because Scorsese used younger actors for Goodfellas to portray Pesci and Ray Liotta in the film, and it was brilliant. And yet, it was just a missed opportunity to get some fresh young actors to play them in the younger years, and bit of a misstep.
Yeah, you could have had a combination, sort of like Godfather 2 and Godfather 1 put together with like the first half of the movie with them coming up, and then you switch over to and then there's plenty of good actors out there that you could have do their best quasi interpretations of those actors and their styles to move over one to the other. Would have been great.
Speaking of Ray Liotta, we saw a 90s movie the other day. We were watching a lot of 90s films, like since Thanksgiving. What was it called? Unlawful Entry.
Yeah, Unlawful Entry.
Oh my God, it was so good.
Yeah.
Because even their bad films in the 90s were really juicy, Okay.
Compared to stuff today, because they were actually willing to take chances with low budget movies or like B movies effectively, and they had to rely more on suspense and atmosphere and character than they did CGI and like gimmicks for the most part.
Well, that was a good bad film. I mean, and it's like, rest in peace, Liotta, man. It's like, damn, bro. And that's another thing that's kind of sad, Luis, is that we were watching so many 90s films, right? And we're like, oh, he's not with us anymore. Oh, he's not. Yeah, he just died. Oh, yeah, he just died. It's like,
it's that time again.
Everybody's from character actors to lead actors, we're like gone. Yeah, we have their films. Anyways, I digress. But
they're immortal after a fashion.
Yeah. Okay, so someone has to go to bed. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yep, it was great hanging out. Don't forget, guys, we still need 4 more memberships for today. So let's make it happen when I wake up tomorrow, bright and early and bright and bushy tail. I want to hear that we got those memberships, or else I'm gonna come to your parties and I'm gonna tell a half Mexican joke and leave.
Oh no! Away.
Yes, something about Puerto Ricans and rockets and submarines, and that's gonna be it.
Wait a minute. Were you able to tell us what was really hot and bothering you today?
Hot and bothering me today.
Like what's?
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing I saw that was like irking to me is I
Yes.
guess the Post did something stupid on the Pope. They're saying that he's gonna open some portals or something in Christmas, and it's they got the wording wrong. It's really doors. They're making it seem like the Pope is Doctor Strange now or something. It's like, dude, he's not opening the mirror dimension. He's opening different doors in the actual Vatican because it's Christmas. You need more people to come in. Oh man. So I
I
was like, "Are
saw
you
that
serious?
article. I saw.
That's insane. Portals. He's opening new portals, and
Wow.
everybody's like, he's letting Cholula in. You know, like
Wow.
it's not AC left, bro. It's like extra seating.
And you're a devout Catholic, so that really bothered you, huh?
Oh, that was that got my goat because it's one of the many new stuff that they just keep getting it wrong. But what are you gonna do? It always
Mm.
happens. You know, it's one of those things. The KKK was after black folks and Catholics back in the day in the United States, and it looks like they're just going after Catholics now.
Well, we
So yeah.
appreciate you here, man. We'll
Oh,
see
thank you,
you Friday with Cameron Pasha.
Fred. Yeah, it's gonna be
That
great.
that's
Lights, camera, Pasha. Check it out.
Yep, every
Have a good night,
Friday.
everyone.
You have a good night, brother.
Bye, Fletcher.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
Night.
Night, night, night. Um, someone, yeah. Did you see Paulie? Did you see Cuffs with Christian Slater?
Oh yeah.
Not this time around, but you know what I saw, guys? What we saw? True Romance,
Excellent. Yep. Tarantino's. I think
bro.
was that the first movie he got a script sold for or got big budget? I can't remember.
That and
What's the other one? Oliver? Was it
yeah,
Oliver
but he
Stone?
doesn't claim that one.
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born
Natural Born Kill. Yeah, he didn't like how Stone handled that one. Yeah. Yeah, True Romance is great, man. It was one of those movies that just like, and it predated Pulp Fiction and everything. So to have
Mm-hmm.
that sort of mishmash of so many characters and so many storylines coming together with one of the greatest scenes in Hollywood history between Dennis Hopper and Christopher Walken. That
Yep.
scene alone
Yep.
could be a two-man play that I'd pay money for. And you don't need any context. If you watch that scene, if you find that clip on YouTube, even if you haven't seen anything before or after that scene, everything's right there. And it's set up so well, it's lit so well, and the acting between those two is absolute masterclass. It's amazing. Love it. And talk about like we were talking about like casting
Mm-hmm.
and things. So Christopher Walken is playing a Sicilian.
Yeah.
It's like wait, I mean, it's right up there with like Pacino playing a Cuban for
We were talking about accents. Yeah, I'm talking about
for Scarface and so on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It
Nope.
doesn't matter for the sake of the scene. It doesn't matter. It's called acting. They darken his hair a little bit. They give him some tanner, and then there he is. He's a Sicilian. Yeah.
Great scene, man. Probably one of the greatest scenes in cinema. True Romance was originally combined with Natural Born Killers until he split them up. I didn't know
And
that.
and a lot of Tarantino's characters, like the producer in that movie, the movie producer, is the descendant of one of the characters in Inglourious Bastards.
I know
Their
he
last-
does that. He likes to do that.
he likes to do weird in the Tarantino verse. There's these little connections
Right.
and mentions of things here
Like
and
the
there. Yeah.
Vega cousins.
Well, the really funny part is that apparently Christian Slater's wife girlfriend in this, what's her name?
Patricia Arquette.
Well, Patricia Arquette. I'm talking the character's name I forget. But anyway,
or something.
Alabama. Yeah, Alabama. So
Alabama.
purportedly, Alabama was the former partner of Harvey
Keitel.
Keitel's character in Reservoir Dogs, which is just absolutely nuts when you think. Yeah, it's all this little mentions and connections. It's great.
Wow, that's dope. That's so well. There you go. There you go. We thank you guys for hanging out with us. Combined, over 90 people hanging out with us. This is the first time we're on Rumble Live. We're on X and YouTube. In YouTube, you can vote. We have a poll going on, and in the poll, it is: will Selena Gomez win any awards? 29% of you are in the lead. Yes, Queen, slain, everything. Then there's a tie for maybe anything for Salinas, and we got Selena at home. And in last place, no, all drama, pura lana. You think she's going to win any awards this award season, Luis?
If for only murderers, or are you talking about for the new film? I don't think so. I was
Mm,
having the discussion with Sophia earlier, and I don't think she is a top tiered actress at all.
yeah.
So I'm going to vote no.
Yeah, I definitely we were talking I definitely think that she was miscast. I think you know what, I give her a lot of respect for attempting to do this role. I mean, really was out of her comfort zone. But I probably would not have. I probably would have advised against her doing this film.
I I mean, and you heard my take on it when you jumped on with us for a minute. But you
Hmm.
know, like the three examples that come to my mind immediately is season one of Narcos, where the actor who played Pablo Escobar was Brazilian, learned his dialogue phonetically, and to somebody that's from Colombia that knows the Medellin Paisa accent
Mm,
accurately, could tell he wasn't really embodying what it means to be from Medellin, especially when his hitmen and other actors had a very natural, pure Colombian accent.
right.
Second example I would give you is Gustavo Fring in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Giancarlo
Mhm.
Esposito, top 25 actor alive, uh,
Mm,
and Vince wanted him to play Gustavo Fring because of his gravitas, because of his acting, but could not pull off a capable Latino accent. If you watch Better Call Saul and the actors that they cast to play Lalo, natural Spanish speaker, night and day. Now, do those two choices that the filmmakers make the entire Narcos season one or Breaking Bad a horrible film or show? I don't think so.
mm.
Just a nitpicking situation. So I'm interested in seeing if it takes me out of the film in completely, or if it's just something where it makes you think, oh, not really nailing it, and then the rest of it is still a good piece of art. So, you know, that's kind of where I stand on that.
That's good. That's a good take, man. Scribe.
Oh, Selena Gomez winning awards,
Yeah.
or
Well, yeah. I mean,
well, I have never watched a single episode of Only Murders in the Building. I only hear good things from my sister who watches them. So I honestly I don't have an opinion. I don't watch enough of her stuff to say. But I mean, if the only thing she's
yeah.
up for is this movie and maybe Only Murders as a supporting actress or lead actress or something, I guess her best bet would be Only Murders. But I'm guessing she's going up against some pretty stiff competition.
Yeah, that's the thing in competition. There's no way she should. She should have. I don't think she should have been nominated for a Golden Globe
Hmm.
in Emilia Perez. Maybe she'll win. I don't even know if she was. She an executive producer on there, you know. But yeah. So, anyways, all right. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. We got a couple things here. Let's have a little bit of fun. So this came up, guys, in regards to movies, the most anticipated movies
Hmm.
coming up in 2025. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
Huh.
So let's go through. Okay, so this was based off of um 9,000 fans that Fandango surveyed, I believe. Yes.
You know what's really sad about all this? They're either all sequels or remakes or
Okay, well,
spin-offs, I
all
guess
right. Well,
technically.
you know, don't pop my balloon just yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't be
Oh,
sorry. I'm just giving you a little shit.
okay.
Let's do a countdown from 10 to 1, Luis. The most anticipated from these 9,000 people.
Which
Number 10, 28 years later.
I think this is out of all of them, this would be number one for me
Hmm.
because 28 days later, 28 weeks later, those
Mhm.
were seminal movies in that genre, sort of redefined it. So this would be the most anticipated out of all of them, and it's been teased for a decade.
Mm.
I honestly, I this is the one that I really would be anticipating.
How about you, Scribey? You anticipating seeing some zombies?
The only reason I'm kind of and I love the first movie, even though I'm not a big fan of fast zombies, at least they had a lore reason
Fast
for that.
zombies.
Yeah, I'm more of a Romero, Dawn of the Dead kind of guy.
Okay.
The only reason I'm kind of hesitant about its potential success is from the trailer, I really got a Last of Us vibe. And a lot of people's exposure to the post-apocalyptic kind of zombie thing in the last few years has been
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us. And so when you start off with an older and a younger with bows and arrows skulking through the woods, I'm thinking, is this not going to sort of overlap with people? And besides which, the first movie is now 22 some odd years old. You
Mm-hmm.
can't find it. You can't find it online. You can't find copies of it's on moratorium. So the people who remember and enjoy the first movie, I'm sure will love this. I'm not sure if there's much of an audience of a recent generation for this that'll have any reference for it, unless they re-release the first movie lickety split on streaming or something else, so people can get, or they release to theaters or something as a double feature. So I'm curious to see how it does on a sort of business slash cultural level, but I am looking forward to it and seeing it because I am curious to see how they would justify 28 years after the fact, given how they set up the disease in the first film. And the other thing I heard is that they're ignoring the second film because the second film was done sort of outside the control of the original creators.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I heard from the Midnight's Edge guys, that it was more of a cash grab, sort of we need a sequel kind of thing. So I don't know how it fits into the overall story, but I'm curious. And of course, this picture here, this is supposedly Cillian Murphy now as a immortal zombie, and that was the one thing that set it apart from the regular zombie movies. The zombies weren't immortal supernatural creatures; they were mortal infected humans. So anyway.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think from this list, this definitely would be higher up for me, Luis. I definitely agree with you on that one, man. Okay. Let's. Number 9, Superman. That's kind of low. What's going on here?
Oh, they got crypto.
I mean, is are these 9,000 people just like they're over superheroes? What's up?
Well, not for based on the rest of the list. I think it's just kind of difficult to get excited about Superman as a character because people haven't. I mean, the last time they saw him, it's not Henry Cavill.
Mm.
You know, Henry Cavill got dropped. This is another reboot of a reboot of a reboot. And they've been so tight-lipped about what's going on with it that maybe it's kind of hard to get hyped. I don't know.
I think more people are excited for Henry Cavill in Warhammer than would be about Superman.
Oh yeah, and of course this movie has to work for DC to continue. If this movie flops or it underperforms or something, the new James Gunn DCEU really has no legs to stand on after that.
Well, is James Gunn claiming a victory lap with the Penguin?
Well, that's not really his deal. That's an outgrowth of Matt Reeves' Batman, which was in play before he took over, I believe.
But they're all homies, though.
Oh, I mean, he wants it to succeed, obviously, because I mean, you know, rising tides lift all ships, and so sure, he's probably happy that Penguin succeeded, but it's not going to be part of his Batman universe unless they make some major changes to how they're structuring things.
Okay, let's go on. Number 8, The Accountant 2. It's Ben Affleck. Yeah.
I don't even know. I barely remember the first one. I'm surprised they're making a sequel.
Yeah, they've been filming it. I mean, the first one was pretty good, pretty original. I liked it.
And Affleck is like a cool killer.
Yeah, how long ago was that first movie come out?
Oh, about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe.
Was it only that much? I thought it was. It feels like it was older for some reason. Maybe
Well, I think because of the pandemic, everything.
that could be true too. That could be true.
I was like, it was 2019, and it seems like 10 years ago.
2016.
Okay.
2016.
2016. Oh my God.
Yeah, so it was a while back. Yeah.
That was a while back. Okay. Number 7, Wicked 2. Anyone here see Wicked, the first one?
No, did not.
Okay.
Although I know plenty of people who were surprised to find out that was a one part of 2, though.
Oh, that was a part 1er? Yeah. Okay. How about you, Luis? Are you a Wicked fan?
I saw Wicked on Broadway, so I'm
Oh,
familiar. And I was a theater kid, so I'm actually that would probably be like 4 on my list if I'm being honest.
mm-hmm. Okay. Well, Julisa's there with you. Wicked was wonderful, the movie, and it's good to have Julissa here, a member of the channel. Thank you so much. Jen says Accountant 2 is a dad movie.
Probably. It's a dad power movie.
Oh man. Okay, let's move on with this list here. Number 6, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Hmm.
You know,
I couldn't care less about the Avatar franchise, honestly.
My thing, Luis, is that I don't care about this franchise, but when I go see it, I'm amazed. Like when I go see it, when I saw it last year, or whenever it was in the theater, I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." But I
this is
forgot about
this is a movie that will look great as you're going through Best Buy or Walmart and it's playing on like 70 TVs and you're like, wow, that 18K TV looks pretty cool.
That's funny.
But then you watch it on your 4K,
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the first movie. I didn't see the second one in the theater, but I remember seeing the first movie in the theater, and I was like, well, of course, and this is before I was really paying attention to internet reviews and things. I remember walking out of there, and I said, that was Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves. And I got on the internet, like everybody else was saying the exact same thing. And elsewise, it looks like a great tech demo. I don't understand, why these movies make as much money as they do and have as little cultural impact as they've had. But anyway.
Yeah. This Avatar one's a strange one. Over there on Rumble, we now have like 7 people watching us. It's pretty dope.
Hey, lucky 7.
Nice.
And this is our second time officially live on Rumble. Occupant 42 says, who's now a subscriber to us. I actually enjoyed The Accountant. Yeah, I did too.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. Then he goes on to say, I'm anticipating how much money I'm going to save by not seeing most of these movies.
Anything with Anna Kendrick, I'm voting for. So
she's a little cutie, huh? Yeah, totally.
What would you rather sit through? All the Avatar movies or all the Fast and Furious movies?
Oh my God.
Oh.
What a great, annoying question. What would you rather? Okay, let's throw it to the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, Avatar or what's it called?
The Fast franchise, I guess.
Fast franchise.
Yeah,
Fast X. Fast X.
Ugh.
Wow. What a terrible position to be in. What a terrible position to be in. And
Catch 22.
One of our OG homies is in the chat. Adega Outlaw is hanging out with us late night Latino. We have we're happy you're here. As your guys are answering that, I want Avatar or Fast X. Let's play a little bumper and then we'll be right back. This is a quick one. This one's super quick. Be right back. Let's play it again. There you go. So quick. Had to play it twice. Thank you all for being here. We have over 95 people hanging out with us combined. That's wonderful. Okay, let's see who we got some answers here. Solomon Thornton says Avatar in a heartbeat.
Well, how many Fast movies and spin-offs are there now? There's like 10 films plus
10, but they're all shorter. They're all short.
They're all short.
I mean, all the Avatar movies at the end is going to be like 17 hours, and so will the Fast franchise, right?
Yeah. Good gravy.
Lex Buto says FF for life. There you go.
No, FF for family. It's all about family, guys.
It's all about family. How you doing?
We got friends. We got family.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Number 5, Fantastic Four. Luis, any interest in Fantastic Four with Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic.
Listen, give me the Jessica Alba version or shut
Ooh,
the fuck. You know,
wow.
that's not my Fantastic Four.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh,
You're not excited about this iteration?
I am not in the least bit. This
Huh.
is definitely like a Saturday morning. It's on Max or Netflix or something, and I'll be bored and throw something on maybe. But it's not. It's not a tempo to me anymore. I don't
Mm.
know if it's just an overall just tired of superhero movies right now, and
Hmm.
there's like a correction to like, but they keep trying to put them out.
Okay. Scribe.
uh, I'm morbidly curious about it, but I'm not excited. Pedro Pascal is completely miscast. Uh, I don't trust Marvel to handle
Hmm.
these characters. Ever since Kevin Feige took over and they got rid of Perlmutter, I just don't trust how they've handled these properties. And Fantastic Four, I think, should have come out in like Phase One or something.
Mm.
This late in the game, and they've completely ruined everything with the multiverse stuff and so on. It's just it feels too little, too late, and these characters are so important to the Marvel pantheon that I just don't believe they'll get it right. And since they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, if you can't get Doctor Doom right, it's just not. No one's ever gotten Doctor Doom right. And I really, except for the Earth's Mightiest Heroes animated series,
Mm.
that was probably the best rendition of Doctor Doom, quote unquote, on screen. But I do like the old Fox one better, like Luis says, Jessica Alba and everything, because it had that, kind of campy family spin that the Fantastic Four is supposed to have. It's not supposed to be dark and gritty. It's not supposed to be too cheesy. And yeah, so anyway, long story short, I know it's too late. Not excited, but
Okay.
I
Fair
could
enough.
be surprised, I guess.
Okay. Number 4, Ballerina with Ana de Armas.
You had me at Ana de Armas. This is my second most anticipated film because anything with Ana in it, she is the girl that if she was waiting at the bus stop, I'd kick my girlfriend out of the car to pick her up.
Luis coming in with zingers, man.
Anna over everybody in the universe right now.
Lu-
She's top of the food chain for me.
Luis is making his claim to being a consistent guest here on the Latino Sound. I'm liking it. Liking it. That's funny, man. Yeah. Scribe, go ahead.
Of everything on the list, this is the one that I think has the best chance of being cool. There's a line in the trailer that purportedly, this is what Script Doctor told me, that's a line that he came up with that somehow
Mm.
floated through the ether and got stolen or borrowed or whatever and put into the trailer. And that's where her trainer or whatever says to all these petite women that she's training to be assassins or whatever, it's like, you can never take on a man fully or something. You have to cheat. And that gave me some hope because the one thing that always takes me out of the moment of movies where they try to put a woman up against full grown men is that unless you're Gina Carano, it's hard for me to believe that this tiny little thing is going to be able to take on full fledged, trained men and everything in a hand to hand fight. So if they stick to that and they make it, super believable like the John Wick action has been, it'll be great. And the trailer made me kind of happy in a way. I think they gave away too much in as far as action scenes and set pieces, but yeah, this one has the best chance, I think, of doing well.
Breaking news: Ana de Armas blows Luis a kiss. I mean, there is a God.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There is a jazz. This is, believe, taken maybe a day or two ago on her ballerina press tour. I believe it's in Brazil. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's gonna kick ass, and I think she kicks ass. She seems she seems to do really well with action, and she really trained and kind of went through the.
Her little Netflix movie was actually pretty good. The one with Captain America with Chris Evans, right? That one was.
I didn't see that one.
Oh,
Was it an
the
Apple?
Gray
No, it was an
Man.
Apple
I heard it
movie,
was
right?
bad. I heard.
Oh,
Did you see it?
Yeah, it was her and Chris Evans, and he's dating her, and she never calls him back, and
Right, because she's like
oh,
a
right,
right.
right.
yeah, it
I
wasn't
forget what it's
horrible.
called.
What's that? Say that again, Luis.
It wasn't horrible. I mean, I remember mostly she looked incredible in it, but
Yeah, I mean,
I'm biased. I'm sorry.
you definitely are because I heard it was terrible. But you know what?
Hey,
I like your review.
listen, it starts with knock knock, and then it goes up and it goes down from there. So what do you want me to do?
That's funny, man. Okay, let's get back to this list. Let me see, where is that? I had it and now I don't. There we go.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay, number 3, Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm just gonna shoot through these. Number 2, Mission Impossible. Number 1, Captain America: Brave New World. These 9,000 people must have been on crack. I mean, Brave
Yeah.
New World? Really?
Garbage.
Captain
It's gonna
America
be a
without
disaster.
the super serum is not Captain America. I don't think.
It doesn't make any sense. Yeah,
It doesn't
especially with the
work.
stuff they have him doing. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make. And they answered that very question in the Captain America Winter Soldier TV show. I mean, they made that point and then they resolved it. Sam should be Falcon, and Falcon should have had his own movie. If you have to hand over the Captain mantle, it should have gone to Bucky. But honestly, they should have just recast Captain America and not aged him out or anything else or something. It's just, anyway. And how many reshoots and how much money has this thing cost him so far? It's going to be an absolute disaster. And they're already undercutting him by putting Chris Evans in the next Avengers movie. They just announced it today before the movie comes out. Chris Evans is going to come back. Now, they don't say what role he'll play, so it's all speculation as to what he'll be doing. But still, silly.
I heard he wasn't too happy with that about that, Anthony Mackie.
That's the rumor. He hasn't said anything publicly, which is probably that's the professional thing to do. But purportedly behind the scenes, he's not happy that before he's made his premiere cinematically as the new Captain America, they're already like advertising, oh, well, Chris Evans is coming back, like completely taking the wind out of his sails.
Well, I mean, I think this list is in a lot of ways reversed. This Captain America is probably like the biggest train wreck that people want to see, that care. Because of all the reshoots and all the drama, but to it being the number one most anticipated movie of 2025, come on, give me a break.
Were these
train wreck?
Were these 9,000 people all coming out of like the Marvel fucking Hall H at Comic-Con last year when they had to do this? Is that what?
Yeah. Yeah. Who were these 9,000 people or 9,000 Disney bots that were doing this?
We should do a little research on these 9,000 fools. But there you have it, guys. What do you guys think? Let us know. What are your most anticipated films of 2025 coming up? I think for me, there's a couple on this list, but there's definitely some other ones that are not there. I mean, Mission Impossible, I do want to see. I liked part 1. I always like it when Isai Morales acts, so that was a plus. All right, so now we are gonna check out what you guys are saying in the chat. Daniel T would love to have him stay on as Falcon, but no. He was a good Falcon.
Yeah.
He was a good Falcon. And I like Danny Ramirez, the new guy that's playing I guess is gonna be Falcon.
Yeah.
I like him. He's got a lot of I actually probably think he's got more leading man charm than Anthony Mackie. Mark D with a C, bring back the real Captain America. What a disaster. What a disaster. Yeah. Nope. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Over 100 people combined watching us on X, on Rumble. What are they saying in Rumble? Occupant 42 says Avatar, there are only 2 of them. Nice, brother. Well, since Occupant 42 has become our first Rumble subscriber, like paying subscriber, which is amazing, we're gonna do something special for you, brother. So I'm gonna send you my my email. We're gonna get your mailing address, and we're gonna send you probably like a little movie poster or something cool like that. To all the members in YouTube, here's what I would love for one of my members to do is make us look good, man. Gift now 5 memberships. 5 memberships is what we need tonight. Yeah, 10 would be, I like 10. Shoot, I'll take the 10. 5, guys. Little as $2.99. If you're not a member yet, become a member of the channel. You know all the perks. You know that we're doing all month long a 50% off on our merchandise. Any item on our merchandise page is 50% off. I mean, come on. So let's do it right now, man. Let's make it happen. Right, Scribe? Right?
Right.
Oh my God. Okay.
Sorry. C.
All right. So what do I got? What do I got? Did anyone see Skeleton Crew here on the panel?
I have not, no.
No.
Okay. So we're not going to talk about Skeleton Crew. I have here Hollywood's biggest winners and losers of 2024. And then we're gonna get to what's really bugging us, and then that'll close it up. I think that'll be good. Okay. So, Hollywood's biggest winners and losers. Hollywood Reporter came out with this article, and there's a lot of stuff here. They cover pretty much everything in regards to you know, not just entertainment but politics as well, social commentary, all that good stuff. I think this is interesting. Let's get to it. Here's who won and lost in this year's entertainment. Who won? Zendaya and other former child stars.
Really? How so?
Okay. Let me make this up to 100. Okay, 4 stars who got their start on Disney Channel are on quite a hot streak. Zendaya with Doom Part 2. Sexy Challengers drama managed to pull in 100 million globally. Earned her 10 million. Her Euphoria is back, and she's getting ready for the next Dune. A year ago, would you have guessed Ariana Grande and Selena Gomez would be contenders for Oscar nominations? Both had solid odds thanks to their stellar performances in Wicked and Emilia Perez, respectively. Meanwhile, the Lindsay Lohan comeback is looking real, with the actress starring in Netflix Christmas comedy Our Little Secret and upcoming Freaky Friday sequels. Okay, is you guys down with this? Do you think these former child stars and Zendaya, you think they're winning? Did they win in 2024?
Oh, paycheck wise, certainly. I think Zendaya's way overrated, but sure, she's got lots of jobs and lots of paychecks coming in, so sure. And Lindsay Lohan has, I mean, you want to talk about a comeback story? She's, yeah. I mean, I wish her the best because she was. I really liked her when I was younger, and it was just sad watching her descend. And so I hope that she seems a lot healthier now and seems to be looking like she's back on track.
She looks great now. I mean, plastic surgery is my very good friend.
I think Selena's a little overrated, as I spoke earlier. I love Zendaya, wish her nothing but the best, and Lindsay Lohan. Anybody that goes through adversity and comes back, her, Drew Barrymore, you know.
Mm-hmm. I probably like, okay, Zendaya won me over with challengers. I didn't want that to happen. I went in on a bet. Do you know the actress Chelsea Rendon, Luis? Chelsea, you know Chelsea from
what?
From Vida.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's like, Paul, you gotta go see this movie. It's fucked up. It's fucked up, yo. And so I went. I'm like, oh shit, I like this movie.
She's actually in a film that I'm screening at the festival this year. Chelsea.
Oh, which one? The Unexpecteds?
The Unexpected, yeah.
Yes. We're buddies with the director. But I'm a new converted Zendaya fan. So there you go. Sue me. I think Selena Gomez has promise, but we'll see. The verdict is still out. Okay, yeah, and I love Lindsay Lohan. Okay, let's move on. What's that, brother?
She crushed it in Euphoria. I mean, she carries
I,
that show.
I still haven't seen that show. Okay, who lost this year? Kevin Costner and Francis Ford Coppola.
Sure.
People really appreciate a filmmaker who pursues a challenging passion project and takes a personal gamble to deliver their vision to theaters, except, of course, when their projects are cruddy. Man, Copeland sold his wine company and bet more than $100 million to make a baffling film with a terrible title, Megalopolis, which only grossed $12 million globally. But at least Coppola only tried to make one movie. That's pretty funny. Uh, Costner likewise ditched his day job, which happened to be the biggest drama on TV, Yellowstone, and tried to make 4 movies, Horizon and American Saga, 2 of which might never get made after the first grossed only $31 million in theaters. Scribe.
Kevin Costner having an overinflated ego about his own talent and abilities. I'm shocked. Yeah, no, he skunked a perfectly good potential swan song for his overall career by leaving Yellowstone when he did and how he did. He pulled a McLean Stevenson and left them in a lurch, and then they just kind of killed him off.
Wow, talk about obscure reference.
Yeah, I know, right? Deep cut there. But and Coppola, I mean, Coppola's like, if there's certain people in Hollywood, it's like you've earned your grand white elephant sort of, project or whatever. It's not going to erase anything that he's done before between Godfather and Apocalypse Now. He's lived off of that his entire life. So yeah, I mean, if he wants, I don't know why he sold his winery to do this, but okay. But yeah, it just proves that some directors, their time was past, and they really probably should have had somebody behind him as a memento mori, going like, hey, Francis, this probably isn't a good idea. Same thing with Ridley Scott. And a bunch of other of the classic directors. It's like there's a prime period where your talent was at its height, and you can't try to keep recapturing that and burning a bunch of money unless it's your money. If that's what you want to do, there you go. So yeah.
Luigi.
Horizon was horrible. It's a movie that thinks that you're gonna stick around for every little side plot because you're gonna want to watch all 4 of them. I guess and it just doesn't catch you. Megalopolis. I've been saying that if you can't handle me at my Megalopolis, then you don't deserve me at my Godfather 2. So I'm giving Francis the views, and I'm watching Megalopolis.
What?
I think he went for it. And I mean, Kevin Costner, wow. he went all in on Waterworld, and he rebounded, has a great career, makes all his money back, and then he goes all in again on another huge project. So yeah, I mean, what else can you say?
I feel the exact opposite. I saw Horizon twice in the theater. I took my parents. We loved it. I can't wait for the next one. I think it's one of my favorite films of the year, in my top 10. Haven't seen Megalopolis. Don't want to see Megalopolis. Don't want to give him that Godfather 2 buy. You know why? Because he also did Godfather 3, and fuck that movie. So,
yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I've had a couple of fights with Tom Connors, and it's a couple of people on Godfather 3. It's like, I think it's skunk. Yeah. But whatever.
Well, this is one of the reasons when, some people are like, hey, why is Tarantino going to retire after 10 movies? And movies like this is the reason that he wants to retire after 10. A lot of people are like, shut up, make more movies. And he's like, no, I don't want to make that movie. I think there's an age where a director is just like, he doesn't have it anymore, and he doesn't want to get there.
Know when to say when. That's how it always is. There comes a point where it's like your ego is going to surpass your ability, and you need to know when to draw that line.
Good points. All right, let's move on. Lost. The Joe Biden, Kamala Harris cheer squad.
Yeah.
It's not the fault of celebrities that Harris lost, though some think their endorsements might have backfired. But spending your fandom's goodwill to go hard for a candidate who then loses is always a bit embarrassing, and the list of celebs that went all in for Harris is long, particularly in the music industry, such as Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Eminem, Lizzo, Megan, Charlie I don't know who that is. The most unfair post-election barbs have been directed at George Clooney, whose infamous New York Times essay about Biden's apparent cognitive struggles simply pointed out that he was what was painfully obvious to everybody who wasn't donor wrangler Jeffrey Katzenberg, who came across like he was propping up an inert Biden and waving the president's arms for checks, weekend at Bernie style. Runners up, late night hosts Kimmel, Oliver, and Colbert. Oof! Wow, this is from Hollywood Reporter. Okay.
Well, it's obvious, and those endorsements weren't endorsements; they were paid for. Everybody got a paycheck for this, whether it was Beyonce or Oprah or anybody else. They got a payoff. George Clooney was just acting as a proxy, as a public proxy for the Democratic establishment that knew that Biden was a skunk for winning, and they wanted to have some kind of cover for. Well, look. I mean, look at the public outcry from what George Clooney said. It's such. I could go on for hours about everything that I've read about and found out about the behind the scenes stuff on this, but yeah, the biggest losers. No, the Cheer Squad won, at least as far as they got a paycheck for the most part.
Oh my God.
The Late Show hosts, they won because they're pandering to their audiences with their boo-hoo-hooing and they're cheering on in the first place. So I'm not quite sure how this is a lose, except for the embarrassment of backing an obvious failure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Luis.
I agree that they they now have to sit there and feel like they have the moral high ground, and nothing came of it. And I also agree that the DNC is one of the most corrupt organizations on the planet, and their just fall in line thought process backfired on them yet again, as they misread their public and they tried to outflank a candidate on their own issues, and they fucked up royally across the board. So they deserve to eat crow as much as they did, and they have nobody to blame but themselves.
Yep.
I think that if anything, this is the year that celebrity endorsements and their importance have died. That's just me. For people that are so, and they earn their success, kudos to them, but they get to an elite status where they're just not living in the reality of regular people, hardworking people. And you could say that about that's what happened with the Democratic Party. I mean, that campaign, listen, we've covered a lot here. Don't want to get into it, but there's just a lot of misfires there, and then of course a lot of money spent poorly. But my biggest problem, I'm just going to be very honest, was the fact that a democratic process did not take place. Primary process did not take place, and that should have happened 2 years ago. They knew that Mr. Biden was going downhill 2 years ago, and they stood.
He said he was a one-termer on day one.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. And I think there would have been a stronger candidate. Well, there would have been, absolutely, if there had an actual democratic primary process. Anyways, okay, let's move on with this winners and losers. One, musical movies. It was a great year for
Joker 2.
They bring up Joker 2 as a win.
Hold on, guys. Let me read it. It was great. It was a great year for song-filled movies, not about the Joker. There you go. Right.
Oh, okay.
Wicked, of course, but also One Love. I
Out.
liked One Love. That was a good little film. Moana 2 and even Mean Girls reboot didn't do too shabby. All of which bodes well for upcoming projects like the Bob Dylan biopic, Robbie Williams, Michael Jackson, and Wicked 2, and should grease the wheels for the many, many biopics in various stages of development and production, like Ridley Scott's Bee Gees biopic and others based on Janis Joplin, Frank Sinatra, and Bruce Springsteen. And then just announced the Beatles, Paul Mescal is playing Paul McCartney. Like all genre trends, 2024's movie musical success is a sign of permanent audience interest, and fatigue will never set in. Okay, guys, anything?
It's musicals are a mini splendored thing, I guess. I don't know. Wait, Mean Girls was a musical? I didn't see it, so I guess maybe it was. I don't imagine that as a musical, but okay, I'll take their word for it. I haven't seen any of those movies, so there you go.
Really fast, Occupant 42 has to take off. Have a blessed night, my friend, my new friend. I'm sending you my email. He did say Costner thinks Waterworld was horribly underrated movie. Enough said. Occupant 42's got the best comments of the night, man. Over there in Rumble, where 10 people are watching this. Boom, boom. Go ahead, Luis.
What am I? What? Yes, go Rumble.
No, about the musicals.
Oh, I don't know. I think that
You're a theater kid. Come on.
yeah. Look, I like musicals in person. In the moment, you gotta feel just the right amount of gay to enjoy them. After that, it just you gotta let yourself go there.
Nice.
But
Nice.
musicals and movies don't translate well, in my opinion.
Mm,
I'll walk through it once. Now, if it's a movie like maybe like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, or other things
yes.
like that, where
Hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
music involved with it, or like Baby Driver, then I'm
Hmm.
all in. But hey, anytime somebody says, "Hey, you know what?" and it's gonna be a musical, I'm out.
Amelia Perez, and it's gonna be a musical.
Yeah, like Joker 2 was the biggest like F you,
Oh,
like, oh, you want a sequel, and it's gonna be a musical, and it's like, all right, yeah, no, I'm good.
you're gonna pay me a shitload of money, and I'm gonna make it a musical.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, speaking of paying the Latino slant, Trooper Deuce has become a member of the
Hey.
channel. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, Trooper. You get some horns here. You get some, yeah, you get some, you get some love there. Thank you. And let's thank you and Occupant 42 with a little video. We'll be right back. Are we back? I'm so confused. What did I just play?
You played the Mexican Iron Man stinger twice.
See, something's messed up there because not only did I not hear it, I didn't see it. I just
Oh.
a purple image came up.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, listen, we had more than two people paying sub.
It was a celebratory dance.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Love Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Yes, I think it's really standing the test of time as well, man. I think I recently saw it last year, Luis. Man, such a good film.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a movie where they actually integrate the music into the plot, and it makes an organic amount of sense to the overall thing. Whereas musicals in general, it's like when something breaks out in a song,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's written that way. But then I'd
Mm-hmm.
rather see it on a stage than a theater. So I don't know.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, best musical.
Yeah.
That was lightning in the bottle, man. It really
Yeah.
was. And then the phenomenon behind it. So okay, so let's go on with this winners and losers here. Winners, everybody won involved with the Penguin. I
True
mean,
enough.
I don't think I even need to read this. I mean, Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti, Emmy worthy performances. They just got nominated for. They're going to be nominated for everything. Luis, do you see this film, this TV show?
Yeah, I think it's the Sopranos Gotham edition, right? So it's I'm all in on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, a good friend of ours actually was a consulting producer on it, and we need to get her on here. I remember a couple of years ago, Luis, when she says, "Hey, we wrote a Latino character in it. It's gonna make whoever plays that role a star." And I was like, "Really? For the Penguin?" It's like, "Yep." It's like, "All right, well let's see." And sure enough, great role, great role. Yeah, I'd say that for sure. Lost. Everybody involved with Joker Folladu.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm not going to read this paragraph. I think we're all in agreement here.
Yeah.
Runners up in the loser category: Madam Web, Craven the Hunter, Sony Spider-Man's Universe. Granted, Craven doesn't open for a week, but box office tracking has the film opening up to only 17 million. I don't even think it's going to make that much. We're comfortable going out on a limb on this. Honorary mentions: Borderlands, the Eli Roth sci-fi action comedy, cost at least 100 million. It cost $100 million to make.
Oh yeah.
What? And
Yep.
eventually grossed 33 million gold globally. The saddest part, at least people have heard of Madam Web. Wow. Really like the person who won this. One, Chapel Rowan in the Pop Girls of Summer. What is that?
I see. I keep hearing that name. I guess she was some kind of TikTok celebrity that took off somehow. I think, but
Okay.
otherwise, between Chapel Roan and was it Sabrina Carpenter? Those are the two names that I keep hearing over and over. Oh my God, is this?
Okay.
And I've absolutely no reference for any of it. But okay, if I'm told they're very popular.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Luis. I have
Yeah,
no
Chapel
idea.
Roan. So I got familiar with her because I do karaoke. I host karaoke some nights. So people started
Fun.
singing Pink Pony Club, which is her song.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go follow. We've talked about her on Mi Gente show because she got a lot of flack for basically trying to reclaim her space in terms of people not coming up to her because she's queer identifying, and a lot of the queer community feel like she needs to give them time and talk to them, take pictures with them.
Oh,
Um,
they want special attention
they want
because
special attention with
yeah.
her, and she basically was like, "Fuck everybody. I'm not here to. I'm busy. I'm out." You know, she
Right.
basically took a stand, sort of like like Selena Gomez with Winona Ryder on the red carpet. With like, we did a whole thing about
Mm.
this new generation, sort of not taking any shit or not trying to fall into the things
Mm.
that you have to do as a celebrity. You don't have to take your glasses off for the paparazzi. You don't have to talk to people if
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to. And she's sort of taking a stance there.
Mm. The only reason why I heard about Sabrina Carpenter, honestly, is that the music video she did with Jen Ortega. I loved it. I did a
Okay.
little video breakdown. It was so much fun because they're like in the video they keep what do you call it? Offing each other, you know, shooting each other, stabbing each other, and then like the next scene they're back alive again. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It was well done. Well done. Yeah, I don't know any of these. I don't know. They won. Okay, cool. I don't know who these people are. Lost, Katy Perry. Why did she lose? What'd she do? Okay.
Lost
She's
somewhere.
desperate. She's desperate. She's desperate for attention. I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I don't know.
All
Did
right.
she have a controversy this year? I was maybe that's what I have no
Uh,
idea.
I mean, all aboard the Pop Girl Summer Party bus. Not so fast, Katy Perry, like a Kevin Costner of music. Ooh. Perry quit her American Idol day job, although Idol's no longer landing Yellowstone numbers, to be sure, to launch a comeback album that some mused must have been made by AI. Oh, okay.
Oh, ouch.
So, yeah. All right. So she
Ouch.
had a bad album release. It happens. What are you going to do? You take a gamble.
Yeah.
You take a gamble. Who won? Aliens.
Okay.
At the box office, there was Alien Romulus resurrecting the Alien franchise and Quiet Place Day 1. Once again, proving the star power of Lupita. On the small screen, there was Hulu's No One Will Save You. Then there's all these alien movies coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yet the most riveting alien-inspired streaming content lately has been courtesy of Congress and the two bipartisan hearings, highlights from last year and this year, with former Pentagon officials and top military whistleblowers being questioned by the likes of AOC and Bobert. Okay.
Bobert.
I don't know how to say Bobart. I don't know how to say it. I just know she's got a. Anyways,
She's got a thing for Beetlejuice the musical.
The
she's got a
Haiti
healthy.
Queen?
She's got a healthy display of bipartisan unities.
Boobert.
She's kind of a dummy though, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, I don't want to get crazy here. It just seems kind of I don't like it that much. Anyways, Aliens 1.
Sure.
Luis, did you see Aliens Romulus?
I did not.
Mm.
There's just too much aliens. Honestly, I think that I've been sort of. I have a note that I want to go back and watch them all in the sequence that they're supposed to be.
Mm.
Prometheus, I rewatched recently, and I sort of had a better
Hmm.
understanding and respect for it. So I'm all open to more in the aliens universe. And in my film Alien Story, I had a lot of the names of the characters were based on characters from the Alien franchise. So I'm a fan of the original films.
And Scribble Light.
The franchise lost me after Alien Resurrection, and I saw Prometheus, I saw Covenant, but it's never recaptured what those first three films really did for me. And so yeah, maybe I'm just a old fogey or something, but I think it's been overblown, and I think it's been run its course. If you want to get some really good alien stories, read the 90s runs of comic books under Dark Horse, because a lot of those things expanded the Aliens universe in far more interesting ways than any of the movies have so far.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for that information.
Sure.
Recommendation. 1, FX. FX had Shogun,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Argo, The Bear. I mean, yeah. Did you guys see any of those shows?
The Bear, I saw.
You say Fargo?
Fargo?
The first 3 seasons of Fargo,
Yeah.
brilliant. Last couple, not so much. If you're gonna go
Yeah.
FX, if you haven't seen it, This Fool and Reservation Dogs are two incredibly good shows.
Yeah, I love
And
this.
Atlanta is also a really good show.
Well, for FX, I got to go old school and say
I
The
mean,
Shield.
Hulu. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Hulu. Yeah, if we're talking FX, yeah, The Shield for sure. And also, if you haven't seen it, it's a show that's not exactly new, but it's called Mr. In Between. Excellent, excellent Australian show. It's great. Every episode, masterclass in storytelling. You get more story out of a half an hour of that show than some series I've watched that are like 8 hours long, and I still feel like I wasted my time. So, Mr. In Between, if you haven't seen it, great show.
I'm going to be that guy and say we didn't finish the Shogun, but we really liked it. And yeah, this seems like a good success. Good for FX. Lost, Apple TV, Apple Studios.
Sure.
On the film side, Argyle, Fly Me to the Moon, Wolves.
All mid.
On the TV side, did you even hear of the Big Door Prize, Kindred Spirits, Schmigadoon, Time Bandits, Make or
Time
Break,
Bandits, yes.
Constellation? All were canceled. And you didn't notice that one of these shows was real. Amazingly, it wasn't Schmigadoon. The thing is, we love the idea of the world's largest company throwing its pocket change to creatives to make lavish and literate content. We just wish those shows were a Schmigadoon better. Yeah, I didn't see. There's actually a couple things on Apple TV that are pretty decent.
What is it? The one about the serial killer, Black Shear, something like that.
Is that the one where he is with Steve Carell? And he's
That's the new show, right? That's the new show.
He's giving therapy.
Oh no, that was
to the killer.
Downsize.
Yeah, no, that was a series that came out a couple of years ago now. Steve Carell, where he's like locked in the basement. And
Yeah,
therapist. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good.
Yeah,
Severance.
I think I talked to Paul Chatto about this a little bit. I think I mean a lot of streaming services in Apple in particular. I think they would benefit from going back to the old pilot program where you actually you do a pilot, you test it out, you see if it works. You see if it hits, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. You move on to the next one. But just dumping money on ooh, that's kind of a cool idea. Yeah, you might get something interesting out of it, but it's probably not going to pop or become relevant. So yeah, all these Apple shows, like I've never heard of any of these things. So their marketing sucks, or well, part of the problem is that everything's so siloed now. By you have to have a subscription to this service to be able to see this show, that it doesn't have nearly as much of an audience as it might otherwise.
Yeah. Then they put on the extended. What is it? What's his name? What's Napoleon?
Oh Lord!
And what's the other one? Scorsese, the Indian one.
Oh, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Those are all Apple. And they lost a lot of money. In fact, I think Killers was one of the biggest like as far as like money spent and money made.
Napoleon deserved to lose, but
yeah. Let me see. We're almost done here. One, Nicole Kidman in The Actress of a Certain Age. I saw the trailer for this the other night. There's no way I'm going to see this movie.
No, the trailer makes her come off as a complete, like, there's no likable characters in it whatsoever.
No. Yeah, they all seem like shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she's cheating on her husband, lying to him. He's just using her, manipulating her. It's trying to be like some kind of like 9.5 weeks kind of thing, but it just makes all the characters look like complete douche canoes. So it's like, I don't want to touch them.
So this is interesting, right? There's a surprising number of other AARP eligible actresses, in my eyes, the best performances of their career. I actually agree with this list. Demi Moore in The Substance.
Yes.
Pamela Anderson, I'm hearing great things about. The Last Showgirl. Tilda Swinton in Almodovar's The Room Next Door. Amy Adams, Night Bitch. Marianne Jean-Baptiste, Hard Truths. June Squibb, Thelma. And from what several people tell me, that June Squibb as Thelma is amazing. Julianne Moore, and then finally Carla Sofia Gascon, which was the only thing I liked in that Amelia Perez movie. And yeah, they're all older actresses. That's pretty good. Okay, I like that. That's a good. That is a victory for older women actresses, because that's always been once they hit a certain age, and then they're done. As far as work. Okay. One, Will Smith.
Really? How?
Will Smith can walk on stage during the Oscars, slap presenter Chris Rock hard across the face for telling a joke in his movie, and his movie, Bad Boys Ride or Die, will still make $400 million at the global box office. Plus, Smith started inking deals again for new projects and thrilled Coachella with the surprise performance of Men in Black theme song. America and Hollywood, both such forgiving places. Unless you're Gina Carano, of course, who apparently is a monster. Whoa!
Oh, damn!
Hi-oh. That wasn't nice. I mean, this writer's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Lost cable TV. That picture of these guys. If you guys have anything to add to this, I just want to run through this. One, Taylor Sheridan.
I mean, for his universe of projects and TV shows, sure.
I got kind of bored with this shit, I don't know. Kind of just the same.
Well, he's got to start changing it up, because the novelty is going to wear off pretty quick.
Right. Luis?
One, the Haktua girl. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Oh man, yeah, not when the FTC gets a hold of her.
Mean coin rug pulls.
Oh, wow. One, skeezy streaming dating shows.
Oh yeah, especially my sister is like fueling half of that budget with her watching all that stuff. Oh, she's got this one that she loves. It's like Love After Lockup. She just can't get enough of this one, where it's like women who like are, they're pen pals with these prisoners, and they make all these promises, and then they watch what happens once they get out and have to go live with yeah. But yeah, it's garbage TV, but it's entertainment. So what are you gonna do?
I'm trying to get out of this ad here. I don't know what's going on.
Saratoga really wants you to know about them.
I don't even know how to. Okay.
Oh no! I mean, but look how fluid it is. Oh.
I just want to get to the end. I just want the end, please. Okay. Okay, almost there. Lost.
Cable TV.
Lost. Star Wars.
Oh, years ago.
Another Star Wars film pushed. Another Star Wars trilogy announced. Does anybody think these announcements are real and not a money laundering scheme? Another Star Wars. Nice, huh? Another Star Wars series that flopped. This one, 180 million and generated massive controversy and fan division, some of which was super toxic. But also, how many times can Disney blame its audience for not liking what it makes? Ooh. The franchise's new kids show, Skeleton Crew, is getting good reviews for its first 2 episodes, so that's at least something. Part of the blowback against Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy is just people being jealous, who doesn't want to be able to have projects repeatedly stumble and still keep one of Hollywood's top jobs. The rest of us can only dream of failing so successfully. Luis, you a Star Wars fan anymore?
I tuned out, much like the Marvel universe. Like I stopped anticipating oversaturation, just a couple of bad films and bad shows, and you just kind of like, over it.
Yeah, and just terrible product, man. They're just terrible. Okay, well, listen, guys, this is a long. We'll put the link in the video box description, but there you go, guys. Let's get to our final segment of the night, and that is, what are you on the panel? What are you hot and bothered about? It could be anything. It could be nothing. It could be something. It's late night. What the fuck? Let it fly. And then, in the comments, let us know what's kind of grinding your gears as far as pop culture, stuff you read, news items. Who would like to start first, Luis or Scribe?
I'll let Scribe go.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. So I actually have to blame Paulie for this, at least in part. But it's something that I've had a problem with for a long time. So the other day, Paulie sent me a clip of Donald Trump being interviewed by Kristen Welker, and she was asking him about his intentions to end birthright citizenship when he gets into office. And when asked how he would do this, the subject of executive orders came up, and that somehow he would use an executive order to override the 14th Amendment and various other things. And I hate executive orders, and the idea that an executive order could override or rewrite the Constitution in any way, shape, or form makes me cringe internally. One of the purported features of this country is that we don't have a king, we don't have a dictator, and the idea that the president can, on a whim, institute new law with the swipe of a pen. The first time that I ever became really aware of that function of things is when probably a lot of people my age did, was when Obama instituted DACA. In the place of having the legislature do their job and pass new law, he just overrode the process, and we suddenly have presidential fiat. That's not how it's supposed to work. That's not how it should work. And every time since that I've heard anything about any president making an executive order that somehow overrides existing law, creates new law, and in any way, shape, or form bypasses the legislative process, I hate it. You don't want to give any more power to the executive than they deserve or should have. And anybody who starts making defenses for these moves, regardless of whether you're a Trump supporter or you're an Obama supporter, whatever, all you're doing is you're opening up the door for the next person to come in who you may not like and whose intentions you may not enjoy, having the exact same power that you were cheering on previous. This is the thing that people seem to forget when they have their pet issue, that they want to have their pet party override the rules in order to get done, is you're just setting precedent for the next guy to come in and seize that same amount of power. So that's my rant, is the prospect of Donald Trump coming in and
very nice.
Abusing his authority.
Very nicely said. Very nicely said. Luis, What is hot and bothered you?
Um, I did not know that. I was told there would be no math, but because we talked about it today, let filmmakers make artistic choices. Yes, I brought up the example of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul and Narcos with the Selena Gomez controversy, but um, criticizing filmmakers and criticizing artistic choices for films, TV shows is a losing proposition, in my opinion. If you like it, you love it, blog about it, complain about it, but let people be creative, let people fail. One of the things that as a filmmaker I've always wanted to get to is I want to get to the point where, as a Latino filmmaker, I can make a bad movie and not always have to be excellent, not always have to go above and beyond, not always have to be groundbreaking, not always have to make a movie that deals with controversial subjects, immigration, things like that. I just want to be able to make a normal, mediocre film and not be judged against every other Latino filmmaker ever. So I think the more that we sit here and criticize artistic choices as an audience, it limits the possibilities of filmmakers, artists making bold choices. They're not all going to work. You can get Godfather 2, you can get Megalopolis, you can get, Dances with Wolves, or you can get Horizon or Waterworld or Ishtar. So I love that the film and entertainment industry is one with hits and misses, and I want people to be more accepting of film, of artistic choices. I wish we didn't see everything about a movie in a trailer. There's nothing that I love more as a film goer than to walk into a movie with zero information and just be absorbed by cinema. I wish there was more places for that instead of just overanalyzing everything. I know we live in an instant gratification society, and I know that the thing is we analyze everything from a trailer, from a blurb, from all these things instead of criticize a movie based on what one person posted instead of seeing it yourself. So I would really want people to be more open minded with films, with cinema, watch things that are out of your comfort zone so that filmmakers like myself and others out there have the ability to fail, to take chances, and to give you stuff that you might be surprised that you like.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. This is I think I'm going to keep this segment for a while. All right. So this is what I got. When this came up, this Selena Gomez and Derbez kerfuffle happened. It opened up this can of worms of everything from cultural ignorance on both sides to professionalism in Hollywood to Latino representation. I mean, it's one of those issues that it's almost like a four quadrant issue. You would not believe how many filmmakers got a hold of me after they saw my discussion. Writers, directors, actors that whose work you have seen, to where they were like, for the most part, in agreement with me. But even the ones that were disagreeing with me were like, you know, this is great that you're bringing this up, that this is being talked about. You know, ultimately, I for myself, I go back to, in regards to having an opinion, kind of like what Luis says. Really well done, really well said. Is everyone's got an opinion, just like booty holes. Doesn't mean we got to share them. We can write the letter, don't send the letter. Write the text, don't send the text. I cannot tell you how many times I have almost lost a job because I almost sent the text. I know for sure I would have lost a job had I expressed my opinion, because in this age, my opinion means it's the most important thing to me, right? It's the most important thing in how I live my life is my freedom of my opinion. It's my opinions, which was another thing that I got a lot of pushback from. Well, this is this person's opinion. You know, they're allowed to express their opinion. It's like, sure. And then what? I go back to this thing of, is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it true? And you got to answer those. I got to answer those things before I give my opinion, because what's the ultimate goal? So then I start thinking about how we're driven by our egos. And to me, this whole dying for your opinion is just nothing but us flexing our egos. Now, you really want to be a rebel. You really want to resist. You really want to just do something different. Practice humility. Be humble. Be humble. I cannot tell you the power and strength that comes out of that for myself, because I used to be the opposite. And, by just, you know, being of service and not being there solely for myself, I've gotten gifts in my life that I can never imagine. Never imagine. So when I see these professionals going at each other and tearing each other down, it really, really breaks my heart. Because all I can think of is, if they just thought about something other than themselves, they'll get what they really want. So I got to tell you, man, in this age, just like what Luis said, what a lot of us here are all about is, we're so in love with our opinions, with that instant gratification, that it has ruined critical thinking, kind of just educated discourse, and potential opportunities to make new friends, and to be understanding, and just to be there for somebody, as opposed to, like, no, you have to understand me and my opinion. Flip it around. Flip it around. And I would say that that's really the thing that's really gotten to me, is seeing how many selfish, powerful people in our circles have been abusing that power. And in this case, I felt that this gentleman abused it. He apologized. Hey, that's great. Here's what I got to say. Eugenio, come on here. Let's have a discussion. I'd love to have a respectful talk, and then we can all heal, brother. We can all heal. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna answer comments. I'm gonna reply to comments, but you guys have been absolutely wonderful. Scribe Light, tell everyone where you're at. Where you're at.
So you can find me on YouTube on Scribelight. I think I'm the only one that has a channel on there with that name. I have a show I do Thursdays, which will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, called TED Excellence, where I take a look at TEDx and TED Talks of various subjects, and we watch them, we critique them. We've got TEDx Bingo that we follow along with, and we try to learn something, or at least practice our critical thinking skills along the way. I'm also a regular guest now, which still surprises the hell out of me, on Midnight's Edge in the morning, over on the Midnight's Edge channel, and that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm there when I can make it, work willing. And then outside of that, yeah, I got other stuff going on, but that's the big stuff.
I love it, man. I love it. Love that you're here. Thank you so much, man. I'll catch you soon on a midnight edge or something, as my studio falls apart. Ooh, lights going on all over me. Luis, where can people find you, man?
You can find me on all social media under @Big Chief Burrito. And you can listen to my podcast called Mi Gente Show. News and
Yeah.
culture from a Latino perspective. Paulie's been on. We had Horacio Rojas from the new Batman Azteca, Jorge Gutierrez from the Book of Life. We have James Martinez from the new Dexter prequel on in a couple of weeks. And if you want to support a young Latino independent filmmaker, you can go on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/2am burrito, because that's a uniquely San Diego, California thing. 2 a.m. burrito, and you can watch our podcast, subscribe, and catch us live, or watch some of my independent films.
Before you guys leave, do me a favor and put in the private chat your links, and I'll get them out to the people that are still here. Luis, it was great having you on, man. That was wonderful.
Absolutely, brother, man. We need to do it more often, and you're
Mhm.
always invited on Mi Gente show. And if
Yeah.
you ever need somebody to a talking head, I'm always available, and
Yeah.
I'll message you about all that other stuff that you're doing.
All right. Well, both of you guys, God bless. I'm gonna. You guys see your way out, but don't forget to leave the
I got
links
you.
in the chat. All right, private chat. All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so we have some um some comments, and we still have a lot of people hanging out with us combined on the channels. It's been amazing. Thank you guys so much. I will get those links for you guys in a minute. Let's take a quick little video break, and we'll be right back. Okay, back here on Late Night Latino, hanging out with everyone. We got comments. Solomon says, "I'm annoyed with annoying posts of James Bond being a woman or being black. Just let him be the way the author Ian Fleming wrote him, a white British man." Okay, I hear you. You know, it really grinds my gears. Funko Pop and a copyright claim company taking down IO because one game that IH removed as soon as they knew about it. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, people just go crazy, copyright crazy, and yeah, can get a little too much. Executive orders, Daniel T says, get abused. It's true. It's true. Rod Thunderheart, still here, kind of. Latino slant. Yeah, I'm still here too. Julissa has a membership comment. She's been a member for over 18 months. Great show, Polly. I'm glad I caught you live tonight. Have a good night, everyone. Yes, and this is a reminder, this late night show is going to move to Monday nights, every night, 9 p.m. Pacific. So we will have live shows Monday, and then Friday we still have our show with Cameron Pasha, but now a half hour earlier, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, every Friday. So we're going to be back in about a day and a half with our live stream from with Cameron. Okay, so you guys are still hanging out with me. Let me get the links here, because I want to make sure we got links for 2 a.m. burrito. Well, he was great, wasn't he? Love Luis. That was probably his. That's probably the. It's been a minute since he's been on the chat, since he's been here, and was great to have him here. So follow. Go and give him a subscribe right now. Sub to Luis. Boom. There you have it. Subscribe to Luis, please. That'd be great. Um. dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Great. Hide. Thank you, Julissa. Fletcher, Paulie, and I have great chats on IG. Yes, we have our own little chat chain, DMs going on. Thank you for being here. What's up, Mark D? I saw Mark D over there on Rumble. It's so cool that people were hanging out in Rumble. Occupant 42 became a member and threw us that super chat. That is always amazing, man. And do me a favor also. This is kind of a weird one, but important one. Make sure you are subscribed. Sometimes YouTube likes to do funny things and unsubscribe you, which is no fun. Which is no fun. So why don't you make sure that that you are indeed subscribed? Okay, we have a cool little image to share with you guys. The Sundance Film Festival lineup of movies has been announced, and there's some big movies going to Sundance. Sundance is next month already, guys. Right, we're in December. It's gonna be it's December 12th, right? Depending on what time in this midnight show. And Sundance is in January, so it's a little time away. One of the big films that is going to be making an appearance, a debut there is Kiss of the Spider Woman. It is a remake, obviously, of the 1985 film, which was originally a play, originally a book, and also a Broadway musical. So this is the first image that you're getting of the actors taking over the roles of William Hurt and Raul Julia, who just did these amazing roles back in the 80s. And this is from the production company. We're headed to Sundance. We will be sharing Kiss of the Spider Woman with audiences for the first time, written and directed by Bill Condon, starring Diego Luna, Tonan Tui, and Jennifer Lopez. That's right. And so here is the image of the two gentlemen that are imprisoned together. And it's Tonan Tui on the left. And shout out to him. Shout out to Chelsea Rendon. They're good friends. And then the great Diego Luna. This is a heavy subject matter. This is a lot of adult themes in this film, from political and social imprisonment to it is just one of my. I remember seeing this film and just striking me so much back in the day. So I'm looking forward to seeing this new take, especially with these actors. And then Jennifer Lopez playing the Spider Woman. Wow, that is going to be pretty dope. And I have to tell you, Tonantui is, I know, and to a lot of people here, is probably a complete unknown. He's incredible. Trust me. The casting is perfect. And then Diego Luna to play the Raul Julia kind of rebel leader type. And not that type of rebel leader, but a more of a South American rebel leader type that gets imprisoned. Fantastic. So here's your image from your first image, first look. I cannot wait. I believe we're going to be there reviewing movies for you guys, covering it all. So this is going to be debuting in January at Sundance Film Festival. Probably going to be one of the big ones for next year's Oscars. Kiss of the Spider Woman. Did anyone see the 80s Kiss of the Spider Woman? Good to know. Mike MC Wong is finally back home and he's saying, yo, Los Frikis is good. So I was supposed to be there with Mike MC Wong to see Los Frikis, but there was a Q&A afterwards. But we had to do this stream and catch up with you guys and you know, pay some bills, and which we've done. We got new memberships, we got some super chats, which I always love, and the ad time, the time that you guys watch this, it helps the channel out, guys. So Mike MC Wong, though, did film footage, exclusive footage for us that we're gonna have just for members. You're gonna hear the Q&A of Los Frikis, the filmmaker. This is a heavy film, and it is it's a true story about not just Cuban punk rock music, but certain things that happen that they endure. I believe in the '90s. One of the stars is the woman from the TV show Andor, Star Wars Andor. Her name is Adria Arjona. She executive produced, and she's in the film. Sonny Dominguez is still hanging out with us, man. Hey, Sonny, are you subscribed to the channel? Are you subscribed to the channel? Just give me a yes or no. Sonny, I appreciate me allowing to respectfully push back a little bit about the response regarding Derbez. I think a dialect coach would have benefited the project. Surprised this detail was compromised. Well, it's a good point, Sonny. And a lot of people were saying that, like, hey, you're Selena Gomez, you're the biggest star. How can you not um you know, hire a dialect coach, hire a coach on the set and get this right? Well, I actually agree with you. I actually agree with you because there was a lot of mistakes with this film. We're talking about Emilia Perez. The one big mistake was that the French director didn't speak any Spanish and didn't feel he needed to kind of do the extra leg of research in Mexico to add to the film. And that's really unfortunate because the kind of like the collateral damage is Selena's performance and, like with the accent. So there's that. And I think in the writing and the portrayal of not just of Emilia Perez, but a lot of characters was very stereotypical in a negative fashion. And these stereotypes didn't serve the movie. It kind of just glorified drug cartels and the fact that there was all these women that went missing, and really there was no moment for this character of Emilia to pay for her sins. Emilia Perez, the character, was a drug dealer who had people killed. And so in the movie, she she didn't have to pay for her sins for what she did in her past. It was pretty silly. It was pretty bad. So, Sonny, I actually agree with you, and I agree a lot. But again, that's not my argument. That is not my argument with Eugenio. Um, I think a lot of what he said, he could have had a talking with the director after the fact. But dude, I appreciate that you're here. I'm really happy that you're here. Mike MC Wong says she's hot. Yeah, Adria Arjona is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. First time hearing about the Kiss of the Spider Woman. I'll check it out. Yeah, I had heard about it uh, at least half a year, maybe longer, because when the casting went down, they were like, "Wow, Tonantui and Diego Luna, that's gonna be pretty heavy." So I'm glad to see that it's gonna get done. Okay, Selena Gomez has sung Spanish songs before. She had the same complaints from people. See, I didn't know because I'm not, a fan of her music per se. Here's what I do know. Um, you the work always speaks for the effort that you put in, right? So let's take this stream for example. It's like I put a lot of work into preparing for it. From topics to guests to graphics to research and information, because I want to have a great stream for you guys, right? And if I don't come prepared, or if I, yeah, then you guys will know that. You guys will complain about that. So there's really no excuse if you're going to do an album in Spanish or act in Spanish, blaming time. Like, I didn't have enough time. There's a limited amount of time. There's a limited amount of time. It's like, well, that's your job. That's your job. So if you're gonna do an album in Spanish, you go. I mean, this is just me, right? If I was to do, if I, let's say I'm supposed to go and act in in the language of Spanish, whatever, right? I would be hanging out with Spanish speakers all day long. Conversational Spanish, talking. There's, so especially if I'm getting paid to do that. If I'm getting paid to do that, oh man, you know it. So yeah, it sounds like more of the ego thing Polly dislikes. Yes, I think that um, because we're so enamored with our own sharing of our opinions, that he felt it was that people feel it's more important that opinions are shared. Where I want uh, a sense of a kind of a just a sense of like being of service, being there for another creative person, and that's it. You don't have to lie. You're not saying, oh, lie and say she's great, oh, she's the best. You don't have to do any of that. Just, i- it's as simple as you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. If it's something that if it bothers you so much that you had to say it on a Spanish podcast, go talk to the filmmakers in private and say, yo, I didn't like this. I love Shakira's Spanish songs. Oh yeah, way better than the English ones. Absolutely. Mark says, when you know a language, bad accents and dialogue can really throw you off a bit. Performance Picard in the Next Generation, trying to speak French, for example. Yeah. I mean, and I think that there will always be those performances that are like, the French was off, the Spanish was off, but that performance was great. You saw the acting. We got a new subscriber. Ost San has subscribed. Thank you, Ost. Thank you for being here. I think we're going to be wrapping up any minute now. We love subscribers. We love them all. Okay, I think we have exhausted our topics. We've hit all our topics. It's been a great night. And your boy, definitely is time for your boy to sleep. I did see Skeleton Crew. You know what? Let's do the Skeleton Crew. Let me get some water. Ah. I recently saw the Skeleton Crew episode 3, and to my general amusement and delight, it continues to be an entertaining kids show. It's very lighthearted. It's very whimsy. And at the end of the day, the elephant in the room in regards to one of the kids having a same-sex two mothers' parents, to me was a big nothing burger. It was just a quick showing of concerned parents, and two of them happened to be women. And it was a quick moment within a pivotal scene of parents in trying to look for their kids. I think a lot of the times when we are when we're so hit on the head with what is termed as woke entertainment, that something that comes along that seems to have those woke qualities but doesn't exude or pound you over the head, we still have that knee-jerk reaction. Here is that case. Even before I saw this third episode, I'd heard about it some people had spoiled it. That's a whole different thing that I have a problem with. Even before I saw this and I heard the news, I thought of my goddaughter, who is open, gay, and living in a um, relationship with another woman, and have raised kids, and are wonderful, wonderful people. They've been together forever, been together longer than any relationship I've ever been in. Are very loving, committed to their families, wonderful people. And it just made me think, what is the big deal? What is so wrong with having this representation of two people who are raising a child? I find nothing wrong with it. I find some of the criticism and critiquing pretty disturbing and downright ignorant and at times disgusting. These are our brothers and sisters in regards to people in the real world. And, you know, it's done. It's done organically within the show that is about the kids and nothing else. Some of the extreme criticisms in regards to having same-sex parents, and the imagery is like, well, our kids. I hate to break the news to you guys, but a lot of kids have been raised by two moms or two dads and have come out wonderfully, perfectly fine. So I think to go down the groomer route and to go to that extreme, it says a lot to your own paranoia. And to that, I just say, you know, if that is the case, maybe you should stop watching pop culture altogether, because you're probably never going to be happy. This is a delightful show. I had a great time. There's mysteries that are starting to reveal themselves. There's a lot of connections to the Star Wars universe, but at the end of the day, it's still a kid story. So you're still like, God, this is like really entertaining for young people. I don't know if a lot of people are going to watch it. Maybe they'll discover it later on down the line. But I had a really good time. It's directed by the same director who did episode 2, and you can feel the connection and connectivity. And it's good to get I wouldn't say this is like great Star Wars, but it's good to get something that's decent and that doesn't mess with the lore, that doesn't mess with. You're not redoing these horrible rewrites of characters from the EU or the original Star Wars. So on that level, it's a success. There's a lot of themes that are kind of like rehashed, especially with the kids, and they're on a pirate adventure. So it's not terribly like like something new and different and dynamic. It's just good entertainment. It's wholesome. I'm curious to see where they're going with certain plot lines, with the planet, with the adults, and with Jude Law's character. I'm really interested. And I like the kids. I like the kids a lot. So that's my review, episode 3, also with the faux controversy. There is no controversy. Go enjoy Skeleton Crew, episode 3. See, guys, I did a little review for you guys. What do you guys think? All right. I didn't even notice until you mentioned it. Is that right? Uh, People talked about it being boring or filler than the parents' issue. Yeah, I did hear some people say it was boring. Star Wars Theory loved it. Uh, Star Wars Meg as well. I enjoyed it. Here's where I could see where they think it's boring. It's not like it's not like a good episode of Mandalorian, right? Or or Andor or Heavy at all. It's not heavy. It's kiddie stuff. It's nice, you know? So, yeah, some people would call it boring. Hey, what's going on, Max Redstone? What's happening, man? Shanazis, I'm happy the current cultural era is ending. Hopefully the coming one will be great. I don't know what that's pertaining to. I would think that, you know, I think people are still going to be disappointed. I don't think I think there's always going to be stories from the middle, stories from the left, stories from the right. So that's just it. I felt the same way about the criticism of the Lightyear film. There was a gay couple, but it wasn't part of the plot. It was just the thing. The movie itself was decent enough, not great, not terrible. I actually heard Lightyear was pretty good. You know, and I just think there's worse things that that are part of storytelling, and I think one of the pitfalls of like you know, when we're on Twitter or the media, it's like seeing the worst of the worst. There's worse. There's 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 a lot of bad things that gay and straight people do. We know that it's human nature. It's human behavior. So if that's going to be in the Star Wars, no one's going to like that. But if it's something like this, it's like, come on, lighten up. Right, right. They're not messing around with characters from the European Union. Exactly. Exactly, Max. Remember the channel Mark D with a C. Thought it was a fun kid show that kept my interest, kept waiting for the craziness in episode 3 and didn't see it. Yeah, I think you know, there's this movement where it's just like, you know, we're healing or that person's based or you know, is it woke? I think those lenses need to be cleaned because those lenses have fogged up. And when they fog up, then you're making much to do about nothing. There's much to do about nothing. You're saying it's part of modern storytelling. Disney can't help itself. Clean your glasses, guys. Lightyear made a big deal about the gay couple when people saw it. It was nothing. So maybe it was the marketing. Maybe it's marketing. I think the marketing ruined stuff. I'm glad I stuck around for your review. I'll just sleep in a few minutes more. Yeah, just sleep in late. Get that sleep. Oh man, Mike, you owe me some ramen, dog. Let me check Rumble. Rumble's been kind of dead. Yeah, no Rumble comments. Occupant 42 left a while ago. I'll refresh, but you know, it was great that we got a super chat from him and he became a member, and we got a couple of new followers on Rumble. That's cool. We're gonna keep doing stuff on Rumble. Thank you, Daniel T. Better editing could solve a lot. For which show? For Skeleton Crew? I think the editing moves fine. I think the pace is fine. I actually think the pace is fine, Jen. I mean, I really don't have a problem with the pace. I mean, I really don't have a problem with the show. I think I'm kind of in shock that it's like 3 really nice episodes of a Star Wars-ish kid show. Spicy shin ramen from Nang Shim. Man, you see, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right. You guys are great. Okay, so we've had a wonderful, wonderful stream on all our platforms. First time on Rumble. So, no, excuse me, second time on Rumble. We're on X and on YouTube. You guys have been amazing. Please double check that you guys are subscribed. Check, yeah, because that is a very important one. And look out for new videos and all that good stuff. It is definitely time to get some rest. Mike, I want to see that footage you took, man. Got to see that footage. All right, my friends. You guys have been absolutely wonderful here. And I am going to see my way out. Maybe I'll grab a little something to eat. Little night nibble. Okay, everyone. That is episode 2 of Late Night Latino. We're going to move to our permanent night, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Pacific. Next Monday night, we're going to have Steph from My Nerdy Home as our special guest. Can't wait. I think she's absolutely incredible, great opinions, and it's good to make new friends. Wherever you're at, guys, keep that slant fuerte. Adios.